Hey, weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And it's time for a fucking new moon bonus!
Time, fuckers.
Ooh.
We've been so excited for this.
I'm fucking lit right now. It's about to get cuckoo nuts bananas up in this bitch.
You're about to sit in a chair for 4 months. That's what you're about to do.
There's a possibility.
There is a possibility that you will.
Can I... Listen, we're just gonna jump right in.
Yeah.
At one point, she's looking out that window. I think it's in October, and there's just that's her side yard.
Yeah, there's a whole family walking through her yard.
Why?
And we are to believe that there are woods right there. So I'm like,
they just emerged
where'd
from
they
the
come
woods.
from? Like,
Yeah.
why are they just walking outside of your? I always think that when I see
Halloween goes nuts, I guess.
Yeah, we're talking about new moon, everybody.
I hope you watched. I hope you read. I hope you got the illustrated guide. I hope you've been on Steffi's website.
I hope you have.
I hope you've done it all. But the good news is, if you've done none of those things,
we've done it
here
for you.
we are. Here
So
we
don't worry.
are, bitch.
It came out in 2009.
2009.
2009. This one's directed by Chris Weitz this time, not Catherine Hardwicke. Apparently, it was the short production time that got her because she didn't want to have to, she didn't think she could get the story with script right. And because it was like a year or something.
It was very quick. It was a
real
very quick
fast.
turnaround. Yeah.
So that's interesting. This one, we also got, this one has a banger soundtrack as well.
This, I think, of all the movies, this one has my favorite soundtrack.
Really? Yeah, I think maybe
I think so, yeah.
I really like the first soundtrack.
I like the second one better, but I do like the first one.
This one has Death Cab for Cutie.
How can you go wrong?
Tom York. It's got Muse. Oh, I Belong to You, the New Moon remix.
Remix!
That's honestly where it's at. And then you have the It's a Possibility.
Was that Licky Lee?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's called Possibility.
Look it up. There's also
up.
that one, OK Go, I think, Shooting the Moon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Loved that
That's
song.
a good one, too.
Oh.
Damn. All right. We're killing it with this. And Meet Me on the Equinox by Death Cab for Cutie.
Banger.
So of a time.
Yeah.
It will transport you right back there.
It's a very hipster time.
Oh, yeah.
Of skinny
the
jeans
hipsteriest time.
and scarves, like the cloth scarves, and that one jacket that everybody had.
Yeah. That one jacket. I know exactly what
green
jacket
one.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Or like gray sometimes.
Yep. It could be gray. It could be green. Mm-hmm. But damn.
We're
went
all
with
wearing
everything.
moccasins, just killing it.
We loved it.
Toms.
And they seem to have gotten Bella's hair is really right in this one.
And do you know how much awfuler it's going to get, though?
Yeah.
Her hair's so good in this movie.
Yeah.
The next movie, her hair will
Is
get
everywhere.
there. Her hair is something.
Screaming
in the next
infidelities.
one. Her hair is absolutely screaming infidelities. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
What's interesting to me is I think doesn't Alice's hair look longer in this one?
In this one, yeah, it does a little bit.
According to the illustrated guide, hair doesn't grow if you're a vampire, so I'm not really sure how that happened.
Maybe she's just styling it differently. Maybe.
Who can be sure? I'm trying to think of Rosalie in this one. Goddess. She looks amazing.
She honestly looks amazing in every
Her
movie.
hair looks really good in this one.
It's a wig.
Yeah, it looks great.
But it's a good wig.
Great wig.
Yeah.
Like this one's real good. Mm-hmm. And Rosalie's not in it a lot in this one, but when she's in it, she makes a fucking impact. Her statement at the end, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it, don't worry.
Yeah.
Jasper's hair looks absolutely fucking insane.
Jasper is absolutely fucking insane.
The Confederate soldier's hair looks just outrageous.
Yeah.
It has also grown somehow. I don't know.
No, it didn't.
I'm not really sure.
Couldn't
have done it. Couldn't have done it.
Won't.
He looks like a wild animal.
Yeah, very much so. And he becomes one, and
he does
shortly, which makes absolutely no sense. But we'll talk about that when we get there.
We're going to talk about that as well. I'm just trying to think of anybody else. Charlie looks
like a fucking certified snack.
Charlie somehow looks even better.
He
in
does.
This one. Like, I'm
Agreed.
like, wow.
Agreed.
Yeah, when he first walks in, like we'll get to it with the birthday presents, I was like, hi, Charlie.
Hey.
Hi, Dad.
What's up?
Like, what's going on?
Hi, Zaddy.
So everybody looks great. We don't have to really deal with Bella's mom, which is great.
But we hate Renee.
Can't stand Renee.
Renee's the worst.
Cannot stand her.
Of course, Bella's having a fucking
meltdown.
crisis.
Yeah.
I think at one point in the book, it's described as a walking coma.
Yeah, it
that
makes
she's
sense.
suffering, and Renee's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. She's got her minor league baseball player boyfriend.
Yeah.
So
What's
it's
his
pretty
name?
serious. Phil. Yeah, there you go, Phil. We do meet some new folks in this one, which
do we
maybe
have?
we're gonna meet the Volturi.
I love the Volturi.
I too very much love the Volturi.
I love one person in particular, and you love one person in particular, and they're a different person.
And I absolutely know that everyone knows that I love Arrow so much.
Yeah.
His insane laugh.
Is that in this movie, or is that in the later
he does
one?
one in this. He's known to do many.
But there's one.
There's one in a later.
I think it's Breaking Dawn.
It is Breaking Dawn, I think. I can't. When we get
Alaina
there,
does a fucking sick impression of it.
it's true. And I'll
Sick
do
in
it when we
every
get
sense
there.
of the word.
Yeah. He's played by Michael Sheen, and I think he just eats that role up. He was
kills it.
made for that.
I
He really
love
was.
Marcus.
Marcus.
Poor, tortured Marcus, who looks like he's literally shit himself and is like suffering the worst gastrointestinal pain of all time.
He's in such distress.
In the movie, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with that guy?
And here's the thing. When we get to it, I'll explain who all these people are. I'll explain their backstories from the illustrated guide once again. So all these are directly from Stephanie Meyer's own brainium. Some of them even have conflicting information about themselves within the same paragraph. So that's
Perfect.
fun and new.
Perfect.
And we'll get to like some of these little, some of the little things like,
Tidbits.
we mention imprinting in this one.
Shuddered.
We are going to learn about finally the werewolves in this
Love.
one. We didn't really have it going on in Twilight. We get to see why the Quileute tribe, which is a real tribe,
Yeah.
why they have mixed feelings about this whole thing.
Yeah. And by mixed feelings, we mean like aren't really happy about it.
There's one of the things is they didn't get compensated for the story. Essentially, I mean, their lore, one, isn't exactly this lore.
Yeah.
It's been twisted a little bit. And so there's that, which is not great.
Yeah.
And then also the lore is used for a very large part of this story. And they just kind of saw nothing except for people traipsing around trying to like
Get a glimpse.
yeah, like kind of becoming tourist attractions. And that's
so American.
not great.
Yeah.
Not great at all. They did establish, people of the tribe established the Truth versus Twilight initiative. And it's via the Burke Museum. And apparently it's to like combat the false part of the narrative.
That's so shitty that they even
Kinda
had to do
yeah,
that.
like they just wanted to like counter what was right and
Like,
what
set
was
the record
truth and
straight.
what was made up for Twilight.
Right.
So we'll get into that as well. But the never being compensated thing, I was like, that's a bummer.
That's really shitty.
Because I'm like, if you're gonna make up like this story and this lore and have it involve
real people.
like it's like why you should have just made up a whole if you completely fictionalize.
Yeah.
Like meaning fictionalize who these people are. If you're, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's worse to take from real and use the real Quileute
And the
tribe's
real name. Yeah.
And I mean, I am not part of the Quileute tribe, obviously, so I'm speaking from a totally outsider point of view, just what it looks like to me. But I don't know. I feel like I would be a little annoyed by that.
Yeah, probably.
But you can only do what you can do.
Yeah.
And either way, the werewolf shapeshifter thing does become like a central part of this whole thing, which is what we've been waiting for. We finally are going to get the true Bella, Jacob, and Edward triangle. It's the beginning right here. This is where it begins.
Especially the end of this movie, like really heats it up for Eclipse, and it's just wild.
Because I feel like you couldn't come out of Twilight, the first movie or the first book, and truly be like, are you Team Jacob or are you Team Edward? Because
There wasn't enough.
There was no team. Like you were,
well, and you barely saw Jacob.
Yeah, like and Jacob kind of felt like this like younger brother-esque thing almost. Like, you know, like he wasn't even on your radar.
And then even in New Moon, it's hard to choose because Edward has just basically been
dominated the whole thing.
Not only dominated the whole thing, but is an asshole in New Moon.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's true.
It's hard to be Team Edward in New Moon.
Yeah. And you do feel like I felt so bad for Jacob at times in this one. Mm-hmm. Because I felt like, damn, he just got like full blown used.
No, he really did. And she basically says as much at one point.
Yeah. Like she's pretty fun.
She's like, yeah, I'm just going to hang out with you because like I don't really want to be alone.
I'm kind of losing my mind without Edward.
You want to vroom on these bikes, Jacob?
You want to vroom?
Want to go for a ride?
But then when and we'll get to it obviously, but then when he's basically like, I'm not going to give up. And I was like, you do have to at some point though. When somebody has told you they're not interested. You can't just keep going. You know?
Well, is it like a weird thing because he like with the imprinting stuff, like obviously later, and we'll get into that like when the time comes, but he imprints on Renesmee, who's like Edward and Bella's baby.
An infant.
Like I said, we'll get there. But it's like, did something like in him inherently know that was gonna like not like consciously, but that's why he couldn't be rid of Bella, or is he just fucking obsessed with her?
No, I think he's just obsessed with. I think he's like in love with her.
Yes,
he's like very or like whatever it is, infatuated. And the problem is, like I said before, like when someone says they're not interested, you got to move on. She doesn't really say it. Yeah. She kind of like is like. What? She doesn't say it till the end.
Yeah.
You know, like the end, she makes it, it's always going to be him. I'm going to pick him every time.
Yeah.
That's clear as day. So that's when it's like, but before that, you're like, you need to be a little clearer to him.
Well, that's the thing.
Because you're like nuzzling up on him. You're like almost kissing him a lot. You're telling
spending
him he's
all
beautiful.
your days together.
And then you're just kind of being like, oh. And it's like, just be a little more upfront. Like, just say, no, it's okay. Yeah. Just say, like, not interested, not going to be interested.
From what I remember of the third one, like, I feel really bad for Jacob in this one because of all that. But then in the third one, you're like, okay, Jacob, fuck you.
Well, exactly. Because it's like in this one, they really set you up to be like,
oh, that poor kid.
Until it gets to the end, and then you're kind of like,
all right,
what the fuck's going on here? And then in Eclipse, you're like,
fuck
okay. Like it's like
I'm getting a restraining order.
Yeah. And then there's also like Edward can be a dick. It's like this is just toxic shit.
Edward and Bella's relationship is the most literally
it's so fucked up.
This is from the website. In the description of New Moon, Stephanie wrote, "For Bella Swan, there is one thing more important than life itself. Edward Cullen." I would like to go on record that, like, when I'm a mother, if any fucking lore like this ever emerges in my household, like, if I ever find a book that says this shit on the back or anything, if anything, like, near it, I'll sit my girlies down and be like, girls or boys or whoever, what the fuck is this? This is so not okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think about my mom letting me watch this. I'm like, did you read this?
That's the thing.
This is so toxic.
I feel like this is like, it's, you know what it is? It's like, this is like, when you read these things as an adult, like these dark romances where like it's a morally gray love interest and all that, that becomes like appropriate in a way that you can distinguish that from your real life. Yes. You know what I mean? Because right now, like I'm reading, by the way, I'm reading Phantasma.
Ooh.
By Kelley Smith. I really hope I got
I think you're right.
Let me just
I've
make
just
sure.
seen it on your counter, but I don't know.
Is it right next to me? Oh, yeah. So I was like, wait, I keep bringing it around with me. I wanted to make sure I got her name right. It's Phantasma by Kelley Smith. Such a good book. It's like a horror-esque dark romance. Really good. And also like fantasy in there because it's like...
So like dark romantasy.
Yeah, and like the love interest is this like phantom
obsessed
named Blackwell. who's like very morally gray, and I'm literally like, spend the rest of your days with him. Like I'm like, that's. But in real life, John is very much not Blackwell, the Phantom who's morally gray.
I can attest
like
to
he's
that.
a good guy. Like it's like when you're an adult, you can sit there and be like, "Oh, Ophelia, get it, girl," and then like you can be like, "But I love this man who's a good man."
Right.
But I feel like what you were saying, like there was such young girls reading this.
I thought this was top tier romance,
and this is for this to be where you get your like, oh, this is love. This is pure.
This man leaving you in the woods in a coma
like,
is
this
love.
Is, coming from like now an adult point of view and a parent point of view, I'm like, fuck. Like,
abandon me in the woods and run away from me with your whole family so I know it's real.
So I know. Like,
real.
What?
Also, how does he get the whole family
involved
to leave?
In this?
Everybody has to leave.
Whole ass family.
Like, and where does everybody go? So unclear where everybody goes.
Very unclear.
Where does everybody go?
Here's the thing, and again, we're going to get to it, but during this whole thing, Edward appears to Bella in a vision.
Right.
Whenever she's doing some reckless shit. Mm-hmm. And it like, so when I don't remember reading this. Like I remember that I read this book.
It was
I didn't remember like all the details. And then I remember seeing the movie. Not once did I ever know until about 20 minutes ago when Ash informed me that she was not actually seeing. And I thought he was somehow projecting himself. Because in the books, she only hears him.
Yeah.
She doesn't see him.
Of course.
And in the movie, obviously, they wanted that visual element, so they have him appear. I thought he was really projecting himself, and I thought that's why he said, don't be reckless, because he was like, I don't want to have to project myself.
No, she just knows that he would say that.
But that's why I'm like...
But I get what you're saying, because it's not super obvious.
Because I'm like, you set this up so... to not be clear.
Yeah. Well, in her mind, it is very clear.
It's not.
So this is this is from Stephanie Meyer's like actual website, like the archives. This is frequently asked questions from New Moon. Was Edward somehow physically connected to Bella with the whole hearing voices thing? Or if you're watching the movie, like the seeing him.
Yeah.
She says no. So powerfully was Bella's subconscious knowledge trying to break through her wrong-headed notions that it produced some very convincing delusions. I'm not surprised that people thought in the beginning that Edward was somehow there. Wishful thinking on all of our parts. However, I am surprised that people continued to think this after a certain event that made it impossible to believe that Edward was aware of Bella's circumstances. Can you guess what it was? Laurent in the meadow. If Edward had any inkling of the fact that Victoria had returned for Bella, no matter how far away on the planet he was, he would have been back to Forks within 24 hours.
Here's the thing. That's not that clear. She was in imminent danger a couple of times. She got on the back of that motorcycle. He's watching her go like do these stupid things. You know, or like if you think that he is watching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that this is him projecting. If that's what you thought, which is what I thought, then it would be like, but no, if I think he's really appearing, then I've seen him let her do this stupid shit over and over again.
Right.
And it's like, who's to say that Laurent isn't bullshitting? You know, like to me, that didn't seem very serious when he said it. I thought he was bullshitting at first.
What?
Like if I would like Laurent, like I could see
that
him,
Victoria was back.
Yeah, like I could see, because he does do kind of like a flipperoo where like in the first movie, in the first book, he kind of works with the Cullens and like helps warn them and shit.
I mean, he does
and then he does this
flipperoo.
like flipperoo where he's just like, I don't know, I guess I'll just eat you now. And it's like, what the fuck? Like it does seem a little like, you know,
like what's
big
going
of a jump,
on here?
which like I guess he's
a vampire.
Clearly, and his eyes are like bright red, so he's clearly hungry, like or has, you know, he's going.
He just doesn't give a fuck.
He's wilding out, you know. But I don't know. I think it didn't hit hard enough for me.
Well, I mean, obviously it didn't hit hard enough for a lot of people because it's
clear.
a frequently asked question.
Yeah,
so.
like you wonder. I'm like, yeah. To me, it just felt like it made more sense to me that there was some kind of like telepathic connection between them.
Yeah,
where he could project himself into her thoughts or into her space there, especially when it was just a voice.
Yeah.
That made more sense to me. Thinking now that like she was just literally losing it.
Like literally having delusions.
Auditorily and visually hallucinating him is so much more upsetting.
Well, she is like
Like, that's really...
This is sick.
Yeah. Now that I know that, I'm like, this is even worse than I thought.
But I mean, she tells us on the back of the book, there is one thing more important than life itself. Edward Cullen. Like, that is fizzity fucked.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, like, people like you love your children more than life itself, or you love, like, that's really the only thing I can think of is that, like, you love your children more than life itself.
They've been together at this point for months.
They're teenage. Well, she's a teenager.
They're teenage.
Like, and I'm also like, you've presumably never loved a boy before. Like,
which of course, when you love someone for the first time,
it is all
consuming. And it's not to say that. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, what the fuck, get over it. Like, I was a fucking wreck over much bigger losers than Edward Cullen.
Let's tell ya.
Let's be real.
Let me tell ya.
Distraught.
Yeah.
Not this distraught.
Not walking coma distraught.
Nope.
And like sitting alone at a lunch table, getting on the back of losers' motorcycles.
Jumping off a cliff.
Like, this is, I'm sorry.
Screaming in the middle of the night.
That's exactly I would call the doctor.
I'd call someone.
I would absolutely be on the phone with the doctor.
Mom, pick me up. I'm scared.
Doctor, like, call in something because this is...
We gotta do something about this.
I mean...
Poor Charlie.
But also I'm like, Charlie, call someone. Like,
who does he call?
A professional.
Who's the professional?
A psychologist, a psychiatrist. Bring her to the...
I don't know.
The fact that nobody brings her to the hospital is cuckoo nuts.
It is cuckoo nuts.
Like, this is... Obviously, this is fiction, but if this was really happening, you would be like, we have to get you evaluated.
Yeah, like something
this is
needs
not
to
okay.
change here.
And instead, Charlie's like, I'm going to send you back to Arizona because this is not okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like... I don't think uprooting her and sending her to live to Arizona
he does say that
great.
The mom is also in on that, which makes most sense.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Come on back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't even have a permanent address, Renee.
I know, because they're in like Jacksonville, I think, at that point.
Yeah. Or they were.
Who knows? But when we start this whole thing really relies on age.
Yes. It starts off.
She harps and harps. This is an 18-year-old girl. Let me tell you, from my aged position over here, pissing me off. Listening to her complain.
PMO.
When she gets up and is like, do I have a gray hair? I'm like, go fuck yourself. Unless you ring me on the horn when you have to buy a box of dye every couple weeks just to make sure you don't look like, mother time over here.
Can I tell you something? Drew didn't know that you dyed your hair.
That is the greatest compliment I've ever heard in my life.
Drew did not know that you dyed your hair. And then here, I'm outing him fully. He's going to be so upset.
Life.
I go, she gets gray sometimes. Like, have you not seen that? And he goes, I just thought that was like her roots. and I said, well, yeah.
That are gray.
That, like, if that kept growing, her hair would be gray. So when it goes away, it's because she dyes it. And he was like, oh. Okay. We had like an hour-long conversation about it. And then I was like we talked about family hair. I was like, are you all right? I was like, are you? And then we talked about like how redheads occur in families. It was crazy.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah, I had to bring back the lore of Punnett squares.
The lore of Punnett
No, I literally was like, do you remember Punnett squares and like recessive traits? And he was like, kind of. No, actually, that's probably his exact reaction. Yeah.
I love that he didn't know. That honestly just made me feel so good because I'm like, well, damn.
He had no idea.
We're keeping it looking real here, so that's good.
Later in the argument, he was like, well, no, I knew she dyed her hair. And I was like, no, when this started, you had no idea. I said, no.
I love that a lot.
Yeah, it was wild.
I love it. So that's amazing. But yeah, the whole age thing is a real thing.
They come after 40-year-olds in particular later.
They sure do.
I thought Alaina was going to yeet her computer across the room.
But it begins with Bella being like an elder.
Yes.
And it's like her and she's having a dream about her and Edward and she's
in the meadow.
An older woman. She's an elder and they're in the meadow and he says, happy birthday, Bella. She's beautiful.
She's a gorgeous woman. Debbie thought she was Jane Goodall.
Yeah, I was like, damn, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But I understand her pissiness here. Because, like, if my boyfriend is hot and immortal and is never going to age and outright refuses to allow me the experience of staying hot and never aging, I'd break up with him.
Yeah.
You're not going to make me age. Like, that's not something that's going to happen.
You won't do it.
As somebody who has a whole fucking arsenal of skincare right now, trying to make it so that I don't look like a prune
You don't.
in the next few years. If John had venom in his veins that he could just give to me to make it so I stop this and I never have to put, like, I love Medicube, but I would never have to do my full Medicube.
It's a lot
process
of steps.
Ever again.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I won't do that for you.
Leave.
Deal breaker.
Find you. There's obviously more vampires out there.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Find
man?
somebody who will.
I asked him recently. I was like, would you, because I was like going through this and thinking about it. I was like, would you do that for me?
Of course you would.
He was like, of course I would. Why not?
That's the big, like, plot hole here is like, why not?
And I think it's the whole soul. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Well, and, like, eventually,
soul thing.
Well, and then by the end of this, like, spoiler alert, he's gonna have to because now the fucking
now he has to. But he's even trying to get out of it. Then
oh, I know
that motherfucker. I'm like, God damn. I'd be sus. I'd be like, who is it that you have? That would be my crazy thought process. Especially it's 18 years old.
Oh, put him up.
He's not changing me into a mortal baddie.
Who's your side
Who
piece?
is your immortal baddie that
your
you
side
will
piece?
not? You're just waiting for me to age out.
You got a
That's
wife?
what
Am
this
I your
is.
side piece?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
I'd be pissed. I didn't like it. It's her birthday. She's turning 18.
Yeah.
We see Charlie. He brings in adorable
He's hot.
little, and she loves purple, and he wrapped them in purple.
Oh.
It was very sweet, and he looks so good. He
does.
The first shot of Charlie, I was like setting us off right.
Yeah.
She gets a digital camera, and it's like a pink digital camera, and it brought me back.
Oh yeah. I had a
loved
blue
it.
one.
Oh, I loved it.
Those
I had
are
a
the
silver
best.
one, I think, but
Remember taking mirror pics with your camera?
yeah, they had to be in the picture.
Yep.
And there's another part when she goes to school and she sees everybody and she goes to take a picture of all of them. And you used like two hands to take a photo.
Yeah.
Because nobody's
you have to
hands are that steady.
Yeah.
She does that like mouth thing where she goes and
Not the
sucks
lip
her
thing.
bottom lip in. And she like blinks a lot and holds it up with one hand and just is like, ugh. And when she does it, she makes this face like, oh, this is really hard. And she snaps that photo with one finger. And I said, that's blurry.
Yeah.
That's blurry. Nobody can tell me that's not blurry.
She also, when they're like, oh, like, Bella, it's the big day. Like, yay. Like, I'm excited to see you. She takes that camera and is like, my mom wants me to, like, make a scrapbook of memories. So I guess I'll take a couple of pictures of you fucking idiots that I hang out with from time to time.
I don't even fucking like you.
No, it's giving the energy of, like, you guys are fucking scoundrels and I hate you, but pose for this fucking picture.
Yeah. She's like, I would never commit your images to film.
No, she wouldn't.
But my mom said I had to. I was like, are you 18?
Renee wants me to make a fucking
And
scrapbook,
these
so
people
smile.
Stay being friends with her.
I think it's one
These
of
are
those
ride or
things-
dies right here.
They are, in fact. I think it's one of those things, especially for Mike, is like you want the girl that doesn't want you.
Yeah, I guess. Because she doesn't want anybody.
No. And that's why everybody
including
wants
friends.
her.
She doesn't want any of that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Honestly, Jessica is the realest bitch in
She
this
is.
entire thing, and we'll get to her.
And I
part,
remember
but
thinking when I was younger
Yeah.
that she was such a bitch.
they set her up to be. They set her up to be.
Yeah.
Like they know who they're playing to.
Yeah.
And
because you watch it as a
audience.
younger person, you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, Jessica, like, why don't you understand
Jessica.
what Bella's going through? You
Bella's
watch it as an
just
adult, you're
deeper.
like, oh my God, Bella, you're the worst fucking friend ever, and can you just listen to
Yes.
her problems too?
No, of course you won't.
No.
Of course you won't. And behind her, Edward pulls into the parking lot.
And takes up 3 spaces.
you. He
I
parks at least 3 spaces.
let me tell you, because I have personal experience with this.
horizontally.
I went on a date with a guy that did that, and when he got out of the car and I sat in the car, he had to like run in and do something. I said, this will be our first and last date.
Yeah.
I will never go out with this man again.
Are you out there?
Ick.
If you're listening right now, do you or someone you love do that? Do you park across 3 fucking spaces horizontally like a fucking snickerdoodle asshole?
I had never.
What is that?
Like a snickerdoodle
Why
asshole?
does he
What's
do
a snickerdoodle
that? I don't know. It's the closest thing. I don't know.
Do you do that? Like a snickerdoodle asshole? You said that with such gusto. I said, is that a thing?
It's a thing now.
What is a snickerdoodle asshole?
I made it up.
I don't know.
I needed something. It hits for me, okay?
I thought you were going to say like a motherfucking ass. No, like a snickerdoodle asshole. No, I just remember like having that experience and being like, ugh.
Yeah, that's looking at it on film. I don't know how I didn't notice it before because now I know I just
noticed it too.
And I was like, oh, like it immediately was like, oh God. Because I feel like, get the fuck back in that car and you park like, you want to pretend you're a human, get back in the car and park like a fucking human.
Because it gives like, I'm more important than these 2 other people.
What the, I'm like,
fuck you.
In your Volvo?
I'm also like at my school, they would tow you.
Yeah.
They'd fucking
take your
car away forever.
In my school, they just throw a bunch of baloney on your car. Go ahead. At the end of the day, take that off. Takes the paint right off.
First, she hits us with snickerdoodle asshole, and then she tells us that at her school, which I went to, by the way, that they would throw baloney at your car. What is the dark lore there? What did somebody who hurt you?
Nobody did that to me.
What?
I've heard about it. Okay,
what?
It's happened. It's happened.
All right.
Baloney will take the paint right off. If it sits there
Does the school officials do that? The principal out here, like, make it a great day or not, I'm gonna throw baloney at your car.
I'm just saying, I would throw baloney at his car.
Personally. Also, the fact that baloney takes the paint off of cars and people still eat it is
that should tell you something. That should tell you something. It is rambunctious.
Anyway.
Also, they kiss in this scene, and it's porn.
Yeah, because Bella's like
they barely keep it together. Like they are so glad for them that they're having that experience every single time they kiss.
Maybe have it at home.
Those are private moments, like not in the middle of the school parking lot.
No,
because both of them look like I was like, do you need a minute? Like what?
Those are the noises that they make.
Yeah, literally.
It's nuts.
It's frightening.
It is.
And then, so they have their porn kiss. And then Jacob shows up and is like, Bella. And he's like, I got a birthday present for you. She looks over and says, Jacob. And then she does this hair tuck thing where she's like, like this very like giddy, like coquettish, like, and she literally goes to tuck her hair behind her ear in that like way.
Yeah.
And then she's like, hello, biceps. Your tongue was just in your boyfriend's throat.
Actually, it wasn't because she would have passed out had that been the case.
That's very true. But
basically,
the idea was there.
It was implied.
And then you turn around, get super giddy about this boy.
Gotta fix your hair immediately.
And then say, hello, biceps. I can tell you right now, I don't know that John would be super understanding of this.
No, Drew definitely
Here's
wouldn't.
the thing. I do know that John would not be super understanding about this. That's just, I'm like, I know that I wouldn't be super understanding about this.
No.
Had this been flipped around.
I'm barely understandable about like celebrities.
Yeah, it's just, this would not go over well for me.
Not. Also, Bella, today's your 18th birthday. Jacob's 16.
Yeah.
Leave his biceps alone.
Leave his biceps.
That's
those baby biceps.
felonious.
It is. Now, they run into Alice, and Alice is wearing like a paint smock.
Yeah, of
as
course.
an outfit.
Yeah.
She looks adorable, though.
Yeah, she's cute.
Even in the paint smock. Her hair did grow.
It did.
The whole time they're talking because Alice wants to plan a party for Bella's birthday. You know, she just wants to have the Cullens. It's very strange.
Yeah, it's weird.
Jasper, our Confederate soldier guy back there, he is just like losing his... He's like REM in the back. He's losing his religion. Like he's just... He can barely hold it together and no one is bleeding right now.
Here's the other thing, like accidents happen a lot at school.
Yeah.
Like people get paper cuts pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Kids get into fights sometimes and blood is drawn. Like
bloody noses.
Periods
are happening.
Period.
Yeah.
How does he keep it together?
It's a great question.
And also, he does this like mind thing on Bella, or like the body calming effect, because she says like no fair, Jasper. Yeah. That's not, it doesn't hold up later.
He can control like the temperature of everybody's mood.
But she's supposed to be like have like a force field around her, basically.
Yeah.
Remember? Because later on,
she's got like some kind of block.
Yeah, like when Jane tries to do the thing to her later, it just doesn't work.
And it doesn't work when Arrow does it either. So why does Jasper's? Unless...
And why can Alice see her choices and visions?
Yeah.
It's all a little muddy.
Yeah, there is a little muddiness.
There is a little bit.
In class, they're watching Romeo and Juliet because that's a heavy theme in this whole thing as well. Clearly.
Is the prologue Romeo and Juliet?
Is it?
I can't remember.
To me, everybody.
I think it was supposed to be, and if it's not, I think it got cut.
Oh, there's like the first page is these violent delights have violent ends, and in their triumph die like fire and powder, which as they kiss consume.
Gorgeous. When Edward recites Romeo and Juliet, I get it. I understand.
Here's the thing.
Does nothing for you?
I didn't.
Really?
I don't really. I think it's the dead-eyed way in which he does it.
Well, he is dead.
But here, and for that, usually I love somebody who looks like they've passed on. But
she's got that Nicole Richie type.
But usually I'm for that.
If you've seen that TikTok, you know.
It's when you're reciting Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Give me a little something.
Oh,
give me a little something behind that? When you're dead-eyed staring and just like monosyllabically saying it, not doing it for me.
Fucking 5-point word.
Not doing it for me.
I think that I was conditioned to love Edward Cullen, and I don't want to be unconditioned.
It's just no.
Like, I recognize that it's toxic, but I'm here for it.
I also love Edward Cullen. I mean, I love, and I know everybody knows this if you watch the rewatcher with us and listened along, I love a morally gray to just outright vile fictional dude. So I'm not here to tell anybody. I'm not here to tell you that like you shouldn't like Edward Cullen, because I love Edward Cullen as a character. It's just that Reed didn't do it.
Different strokes for different folks.
Give me a little something. It's Shakespeare. Put a little something into it.
I felt what he put in there.
It was that dead-eyed stare I couldn't get past. But while they're watching Romeo and Juliet in class before he recites it, and he just like casually tells Bella, he's like, that time when you got bit by James and like almost died, I was just gonna kill myself. And she was like, whoa. And he was like,
I mean, what better time to say it?
Well, and he's literally like, I planned it. And she's like, you what? Like, excuse me? And he's like, yeah, I know. It's like, it's a little harder for me to do it. So I was going to go to Italy, and I was going to, like provoke the Volturi into killing me. And I had the whole thing planned
on their conversation.
You're just sitting in the back of English class.
Yeah. And also like the Volturi is not supposed to be known to anybody.
No.
So him even telling her that is no bueno. Him saying that in English class is probably a
pretty
problem.
Wild.
Probably an issue.
If Arrow heard that, he would laugh so hard, and then he would kill you.
Really, he should. Have known that.
Because he's like, you're fucking this up.
Yeah.
Well, no, he shouldn't. He doesn't know that because he has to touch the person before he hears all their thoughts.
But later he touches Edward.
Yeah, but I'm sure that one didn't
permeate.
There's millions of thoughts that he's reading through. I'm sure that one didn't permeate.
You would think, hearing Volturi.
You would think.
But ding.
Speaking of the Volturi, he explains the one law that the Volturi really enforces is that they have to keep the existence of vampires a secret. And with that, I want to just quickly tell you about the Volturi.
Let's fucking
go.
Since we're
mentioning them.
Illustrated guide time. Illustrated guide alert.
So according to the Illustrated Guide, they're basically royalty to vampires, which Edward says as much. There's 5 core members at this moment. It's Arrow, Caius, Marcus, Sulpicia, which is Arrow's wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does she ever come back around?
I don't know. And then there's Athenadora, which is Caius's wife.
Which I don't remember her. Cool of her to not make the wives important.
Yeah, cool. I don't know if they come later or what. I don't remember seeing their wives.
I don't remember
Arrow ever having a wife.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
Maybe. I haven't watched.
I can't remember.
I haven't read like the.
I haven't watched, I haven't read.
I haven't been there.
I haven't done any. I haven't consumed at all.
It's been a while.
Yeah. We'll get there because we are
Yeah.
going to do all of them. We promise you this.
I watched Eclipse recently, but I stopped before Breaking Dawn.
I haven't watched Eclipse in forever.
When I went like back in October, I did Big Bang
you went
Boom,
hard.
and then I fell right off.
See, I only hit one and I started New Moon.
I can never just watch Twilight.
You can't just watch one. But they have their own city in Italy called Volterra.
That's pretty hot.
And they've secretly controlled it for 3,000 years. So that's pretty sweet. They pulled a fast one over on the Romanians at some point, the Romanian coven, because they were super powerful vampires at the time. And they tried to get them, like they were just beefing for territory.
As people do.
You know, we beef for territory. And they tried to get them to conform to the Volturi law. And of course, the Romanians were like, no, bitch. And so they used that as a reason to kind of like beef harder with them and take over their territory, which they ended up doing.
This is really topical.
It is. Arrow also likes to create vampires very specifically. He likes to create them when they have special abilities. He wants like an army of very specialized vampires, which
Why just have a boring one?
I think that's just smart.
It's called curating.
Yeah. It's
Look it up.
Hey, have a Pinterest board?
Let's go.
The world is Arrow's Pinterest board, okay? So he's just looking around.
His pin is white.
That's Rewatcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot they don't snarf out their fangs because they don't have fangs.
Oh, fuck. I forgot that they don't have fangs.
Which, to be honest,
doesn't
I
make
think it's
sense.
kind of bullshit.
They don't have fangs. They don't have
No
tattoos
bangs either.
They're only white. Boo.
Yeah, like true. And in this one, when you see Laurent, they cast like this weird pale filter a little bit over him. I don't know if you noticed it too.
Like they whitewash
when they
him?
first show him, he's like paler than he looks, and I was like, don't do that. His skin is gold.
Yeah.
Because in the first movie,
There's no filter.
I mean, in both movies, I think Laurent
He's fine.
stunning.
Yeah.
And so, but in the first movie, I don't know. It didn't look like it had that pale sheen filter over him. I'm not really sure if it was just like lighting or whatever. But yeah, so they take over the Romanian territory, and Arrow loves to create special vampires. He just wants to make sure the Volturi is like extra badass. So he's
love that.
I want all these specialized things. The biggest law is to keep vampires a secret. Of course. They don't want people knowing. They use humans as like servants, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they'll turn them, sometimes they'll eat them, as we hear at the end of the movie when Jane, like one of them is like, oh, does she want to be turned? That's what Bella says. And she's like, so she'll be turned. And then Jane says, or dessert. And I was like, that's awesome.
I love Jane.
Jane is scary.
We get more of her, I think, in Eclipse and in Breaking Dawn. I love that
Dakota
bitch.
Fanning ate that shit up.
She eats up every
She
fucking
does.
role.
She really ate
I
that
love
one up.
her.
There's another law that's like really important to the Volturi that doesn't get touched upon here yet, but we'll get to it, is the making of immortal children.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want that. That's why Renesmee becomes such a problem.
Big issue.
Yeah, which we'll get there. So the present day Volturi, they have like 9 permanent members of the guard. Apparently, like there's 5 of like the bigwigs, and then there's 9 members of the guard.
Okay.
And then there's like a bunch of other members outside of that. But there's Jane and Alex, Alec, excuse me. They're twins, where they were turned because they had special abilities as humans.
Okay.
And Arrow heard about this. This is according to the Illustrated Guide. Arrow heard about these special abilities when they were like toddlers, like when they were young.
So good he didn't.
So he started like following them around, and
not
he couldn't
just rolling through these streets behind toddlers.
Yeah, he's just like waiting for them to like something to happen.
Catch Arrow at your local Toys R Us.
He can't make immortal children. That's part of the law. But so he couldn't turn them.
Does
no. So this is interesting, and I don't know if it gets touched upon in the movies. I can't remember. So Jane and Alec, they're twins. I think they're like around 800 AD is when they existed. And when they were like 12, as they grew up, they had these abilities, psychic abilities. Jane has the ability to inflict insane
so
pain
much mass
on
destruction
with
inside.
just her mind. And Alec, his thing is he can cut off anyone's senses. Hearing, seeing, smelling, feeling,
That's
anything
pretty
like
dope.
that. He can cut them off, like totally
I thought you were going to say he can
someone.
cut anyone off. And I said, that's also my special ability.
That's also become mine. But yeah, he can do that. So those abilities were not like fully formed, but they were kind of in like a lot of people in their village thought they were weird. They started freaking people out in their village. They're twins with these weird dark and like they're both kind of like Jane's super like monotone and like scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like people in the village started thinking they were witches.
Iconic.
This is 800 AD. They burned them at the stake when they were 12 or 13 years old.
Oh, they literally burned
They got
them?
burned at the stake at 12 or 13 years old. Arrow found out about this, and as they were on the brink of death, he said, well, I can save them.
All right.
So he saved them, turned them into vampires.
That's honorable.
And now he gets to use their special abilities. And those special abilities, everybody, got amplified when they became vampires.
In vampirehood.
Because Alec, while he was being burned, apparently was using his own powers on himself to not feel being burned.
Okay.
And so now he uses those powers to like incapacitate people that they're in battle with so that it's like an easier kill. And then Jane's just pissed. So she's
Good for her.
She got pissed. So she's just like, I was burned at the stake. I'm going to fuck people up.
Yeah, let's go.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
In the Volturi, cloaks determine rank, like the whatever your cloak color is.
It's like Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw.
But it's like a rank. So like the darker cloaks are higher rank.
Okay.
And in the illustrated guide, there's a quote from Stephanie Meyer that says, which I found like interesting. She said, there aren't many bad guys in my novels.
Disagree.
I hard disagree. Even the bad guys usually have a pretty good reason for the way they are. And some of them come around in the end. I don't see the world as full of negatives.
James question mark?
James question mark, Arrow question mark, like
Laurent
question mark, which we'll get to.
Jane question mark.
I mean, yeah, like there's some bad guys, I feel like.
Yeah. Well.
You know?
Well.
Like what
Victoria
reasons are we
mark.
prescribing as valid for hunting someone?
You know?
Like,
each their own.
I guess like it's whatever you think is a valid reason for doing.
Morals
Yeah.
are different for everybody.
We do watch at the end an entire tour group of men, women, and very young children enter the Volturi lair and get slaughtered.
Meh.
So I don't know what reason we would prescribe that would feel right, but
They were dumb.
But again, to each their own. You know what? They were too inquisitive of history.
They were silly.
That's too in search of knowledge.
Yeah, great.
So that was interesting to me. I guess should we get to Era, like talking about them now, or should I wait until we meet them? Probably wait until we meet them.
No, why don't you get into it now? Because you're already in the
Just do the
Volturi
whole
of it
thing?
all. Yeah.
So let's talk about Arrow.
Yeah.
Because we've already talked about him.
That's the thing.
He's got black hair. He's got red black eyes. His skin is described as like translucent, like a lot of them are.
Vamp.
Because vamp.
And we're also described that way.
Right? She loves to describe their skin as being like that of the skin of an onion, which gives me
hate that.
the most ick.
Ew, so it's like filmy.
That's the thing. It makes me think like kind of slimy in a way, and like
membraney.
that's the thing. Like it gives. I was like, oh, a lot of them are described like
Also,
that.
like, I love peeling onions.
Yeah, that's what their
So
skin
I'd
is.
want to, it's like a sunburn.
Ooh. He's also described as 5'10",
Okay.
which I was like, he has big dick. He has big guy energy.
Yeah.
he
5'10"
really
is
does.
pretty tall.
He has much taller energy.
You're 5'1", so that's really tall to you.
That's tall to me.
Yeah.
It would be.
I don't know if I'm 5'5" or 5'6". I've really never been able to determine, but
Yeah, with brown
pretty
eyes.
tall.
5'5" with brown eyes.
That's me. Possibly.
Yeah, he has the energy of somebody who's
killer Bella.
6'3", I would say.
I would say.
Yeah, at least a 6-footer.
Def.
But his special ability, because of course he has one, he can touch somebody and he can, like we mentioned earlier, can hear every thought they've ever thought in their
That's
entire
so
life,
disturbing.
which feels like a wild ability to
I'm
give
like,
someone.
I'm like, even the intrusive ones.
Yeah.
Even when I've like wanted, like not wanted to, but been like, veer off the road right now.
Oh yeah.
Cut your finger
You
off.
can hear them all. My question is, how are they cataloged? Do they just come flying at him?
Does he like have a
willy-nilly?
tab in his head where he can like click and expand
Yeah,
one?
like are they just coming at him, or can he like flip through and be like, I'd like to look at the ones when they were 18
in this like period
I'd like
of
to look at
time?
the ones from this afternoon. Like, how do you?
Maybe they all just like they all fled through, but they all hit.
It's pretty wild. he uses it later, and he's pretty effective at it. But the illustrated guide says at one point that he was transformed when he was like 40.
Okay.
And in the same paragraph, it says that he was in his mid-20s.
Different.
So
Different.
I guess split the difference and say he was 30, maybe,
Okay.
I suppose.
All right.
He was the last of his coven to form a romantic attachment, which I'm like, that makes sense for Arrow, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, took him a minute.
Yeah.
You know? He had other
he's not one to
priorities.
settle. I mean, if you can hear every single thought they've ever had, it would take me a minute to settle down as well.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
He also, he did kill his own sister.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
So I think one of the reasons, so his own sister, I don't know how to say her name. I'm
Spell
pretty,
it for
it's
me.
spelled kind of wild.
Tell
It's
me.
Didyme.
Did
Did he
you
me? Did he me?
Did
I don't know. Did he me? Did he me? He killed her because
he killed her.
he turned her, and then she became mates with Marcus,
Who looks
is-
like he has gastrointestinal
He's the one who looks
issues.
like he's constantly looking for a
Farting.
bathroom. It's always, he's looking for Imodium at all times.
gas X.
And we know why now. We'll get into it, but he's on the the Volturi with him. I think they plan to leave together, and so he killed her. I think he didn't love. She had a special. I don't think she had like crazy special abilities. So he was like, "You're just not really. I don't really
Useful.
need your shit." You know.
Damn.
And about him forming a romantic attachment last, the way that Stephanie Meyer said it was Arrow decided in advance that he would rather choose a human and create a mate than look for his match in another vampire who might have ties to her own creator or other relationships that would complicate his plans.
I get that.
And I said, honestly, same, King.
I fully
I'd be
get
the same
that.
way.
Yeah.
Like if I was a vampire for that many years,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm just going to like choose my own adventure.
100%.
Like I'm not, because that person might have ties to their creator, and I don't want to deal with that.
yeah, sirehood is big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm for that.
Yeah.
So I get it. And again, he's the one who discovered Jane and Alex, so he's the one who did that whole thing.
Okay.
Now, speaking of Marcus, who is his Arrow's sister's mate,
Yes.
Marcus has black hair. He has red and black eyes. He was the mate of Arrow's sister Didyme, and he never got over her death.
Oh.
But he also doesn't know who killed her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He doesn't know that it's Arrow.
That it's his literal like right hand guy.
And he's been going through, like, he wants to discover who killed her.
And
So he's just a sad boy.
That's why he
He's a
feels
sad
and
boy.
looks that way.
He's very bummed.
Of
Like,
course
very
he is.
bummed. So when he is sitting there, and we'll talk about it at the end, when we see him, and he just looks fucking miserable.
Tortured.
He is.
He is.
Like, he is.
wait,
That
so
was
what's
him.
his special power?
So his special power is he can see the relationships and connections that people have with each other, which I said, so can people with eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Special, I guess. Apparently in like a big situation with like a big group of people, he can pick out the leader, or he can sense like a bond between certain people.
So he's just a people person.
He can also see when bonds are weak. And
He's
I was
an
like, that's
empath.
just being around people?
He's an empath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like a uber empath.
He's
I
got a
guess.
good gut.
So he's
Aside from the gas.
Aside from the Imodium.
Yes.
So that's Marcus. So he's just really sad.
See, I feel like Arrow probably would have killed him, but Arrow probably finds like joy in knowing that he killed his sister, who was Marcus's wife, and now he can just watch him be miserable.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
know, my guy Arrow.
'Cause
That's what he's
otherwise-
all about.
Otherwise, that's not a super useful skill.
No. But maybe it's kind of useful because it's like you can tell when things, I think he can tell fast. So I think he can look over at somebody and be like, ooh, that bond's not that
All
strong.
right, all right.
Or like if some
We gotta
people are
take this one
pretending
out.
to have a strong bond, he can be like, nah, like
Okay.
that shit isn't real. Or like he can tell like fakery. Or he can tell these two actually care about each other a lot. They're not saying it, but like you could exploit that.
All right.
You know? So I guess that could be part of it. Caius, who is played by Jamie Campbell Bower,
Oh, shit.
aka
Vecna.
everybody.
Look at that.
He is one of these guys. He has white hair. He has the red black eyes.
Mm-hmm.
His special power is just being a hater.
Love. Love.
In fact, Arrow literally says that he was impressed by his, quote, passionate capacity to hate.
I get it.
And I said,
That man,
Caius.
that man's a Gemini.
Yeah, he's Vecna. Essentially,
Yeah.
like he is Vecna.
I don't know anything about Vecna,
he's
but
so good at holding a grudge. Like just
Love.
professional.
He owns a grudgery.
He owns a grudgery.
Let's go.
He hates werewolves. Hates
Oh.
them. He wants them eradicated. Doesn't see a need for them at all. But the ones that he hunted were different from the Quileute tribe.
Okay.
He hunted werewolves that were actually called the Children of the Moon.
Obsessed.
And I guess they are real bona fide werewolves, where the Quileute tribe are shapeshifters
Okay.
and can choose when to transition into a werewolf.
Sort of.
But the Children of the Moon, full moon hits, werewolf. Like they don't get a choice.
All right.
Like they're the werewolves that you think
Ooh.
of in, you know what I mean, like the classic
Yeah,
werewolves.
yeah.
That don't have a choice. Every full moon they're just going to
Oz.
turn into a werewolf.
Buffy.
Yeah.
Got it.
So he was hunting those ones. I guess we'll stay tuned and see how he feels about the Quileute tribe.
Yeah, probably not good.
I'm going to say this guy holds a grudge. I don't think he's going to like him.
I'm obsessed with that special power.
Yeah. We already talked about Alec and Jane. There is a point in the book where Jane walks in and Arrow's so happy to see her, and he walks up to her and is like, "Oh my God, girl." And he just kisses her right on the mouth. I want to
Inappropriate.
be clear with you that Jane canonically is 12 and Arrow canonically is either 40 or
20.
in mid-20s. Either way, not good.
Not legal.
Shouldn't be kissing a 12-year-old on the lips.
No.
And she says hello, master, when that happens. So there's a lot there to unpack.
There's a lot there to shove into a corner.
So much to shove into a corner. So
Not
we're going to
unpack
shove that
ever.
into a corner right now because we're not quite there. So that's the Volturi of
Okay.
it all. We're going to get to that. That's a whole thing, and we'll get to the Quileutes a little more when we get to that part, I think.
Okay. So
back
Edward
to
has
where
this
we
whole
are.
plan where he was going to kill himself, and he's just
Yeah.
casually dropping that in English 101.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Whoa, that's crazy! Don't do that." And he's like, "All right, I guess not."
Cool.
And they're just like, they just talk about how they're obsessed with each other and they can't live without each other.
Obsessed with you.
Very, very much, like a lot of pressure on each other.
Sort of like a trauma bomb.
They both are putting a lot of pressure on each other.
Yeah, you guys have only been together for like a few months.
So then we get to the Cullen house. The party is happening. At one point, she goes down there. It's real pretty. They did a great job. Lots of flowers.
The
and
cake is
candles.
the ugliest thing I've ever seen in
It
my fucking
absolutely
life.
is. Yeah.
It's green and white, and I hate it.
But I think Bella would love it.
Yeah, because she has horrible
I
taste.
think they nailed that for
Yeah.
her.
Well, Alice's style is also questionable.
But
at
Alice
times.
just gets Bella too.
does,
She's
she
like,
does.
she will love this.
It's so gross.
Alice also runs up to her when she walks downstairs, takes a picture of her with the digital camera and says, "I got this out of your bag. I hope you don't mind." And I said, I would be like, I
mind.
I so much do.
I mind.
Like, I'd literally be like, we should walk over here and talk about boundaries.
Are you a klepto?
Because none of you have any.
No,
and
they
that's
really
weird.
don't. They
You
really
can't just
don't.
go in my bag and get my birthday present out and use it. Like, that's just,
You can't.
just ask me.
Yeah.
You know I have a camera, obviously. So it's like, just say, can I use the camera real quick?
She knew that she would say
I
no.
don't know.
Bella doesn't like being in pictures.
Rosalie is the appropriate level of bitch that I want from a hot vampire.
Yes.
Like, I was thinking that as this scene happened, because she's like undoubtedly a wildly hot vampire.
Yeah.
Like, she
Oh,
is the
chef's
apex.
kiss.
And when you see her in this scene, you're like, oh, I would fucking hate it if you were nice.
Yeah.
I would hate it. If she was kind
Blech.
and welcoming, I'd be like, ugh.
Blech.
She is the appropriate level of bitch. She's uninterested. She's annoyed that she has to be there.
When she tells her what the birthday gift is.
Oh my God. Alice just hands her a box and is like, you first, Rosalie. And Rosalie's like, it's a necklace. Alice picked it out.
I didn't get this for you.
I said,
She said, I didn't get this for you and I won't give you the joy of surprise. It's a necklace.
no, don't even fucking
Fuck
open
you.
it. Who gives a shit? Like, I just loved it. I said,
great.
oh, I love her. Then we have the whole Bella cuts herself.
Little paper cut.
Jasper just loses it.
Okay. I would like to come in here.
Yeah.
She gets a paper cut. Jasper was there in the first movie when we are to believe that Bella has like opened up her femoral artery and it is leaking everywhere and like hemorrhaging all over the place.
Sure was.
And Jasper's in the background helping them fight off James.
Unbothered.
How can he not handle a paper cut when her femoral artery was hemorrhaging?
Yeah.
Hello?
Do they mention at all like that, like after she passed out, Jasper had to be like taken out of the room?
Yeah, I do think they say that. But like
you didn't, but like
he stays in the room for a little bit.
He was able to be distracted
Yeah.
with something.
Yeah.
That's the main problem, is like he was distracted with the James of it all.
And I actually don't even know if they say it in the movie. I think you're right. I think they mentioned it in the books.
Because I feel like all of a sudden that just popped in my head. I was like,
you
am
are
I
right.
making that up?
They definitely mentioned it in the book.
And
I'm
I think
almost positive
I think they do that
to explain it.
as the smallest way of explaining this, because I think otherwise it doesn't make sense.
But even
at all.
still, it really doesn't hold up.
His reaction to that little of blood,
And like the immediate reaction.
and that they can't stop him.
Right.
Like he yeets everybody around. And Edward straight up launches like
Out of a cannon.
like a t-shirt gun. Launches
like not a t-shirt gun.
like launches Bella into a
glass table.
into a glass table.
Yeah.
And it's
shatters
like
the shit out of her arm.
the paper cut was one thing, but then she just opened up her arm, so she's bleeding everywhere. Now the whole place is just sitting there like snarling at her.
Also, is she taking like 3 baby aspirin a day?
I hope so, because
She's
that bitch
a
is bleeding.
bleeder.
Yeah.
But like whenever, like that paper cut, it
Yeah.
was like, boom. I was like, you're on a blood thinner.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Like, what's going on, baby
Gotta
girl?
calm down.
Hello?
Calm down, babe. But yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And after Jasper tries to kill her and, like Carlisle fixes her up and everything, and they have discussion about Edward's soul, Edward is such a dick and kind of just disappears after this. Like, can't handle the fact that she's a human, that's what could have happened, blah, blah, blah. In the book, he comes over at one point to watch ESPN with Charlie and have like bonding time with him.
Okay.
And like basically ignores Bella the whole time and like isn't very, like she's trying to like still ignore her.
What?
It's very weird.
I'd be like, why did you come to my house to ignore me, you douche?
Yeah, during this whole thing, she's doing her scrapbooking thing. Because remember, my mom wants me to take pictures and do a scrapbook. I don't care about any of you. And she has a picture from the birthday party of her and Edward.
Yeah.
And she folds herself out of the picture.
Reckless.
And then tapes just him in there. And I was like, this is so damaging to young girls to watch.
You don't matter.
You don't matter.
It's all about
You're
your man.
disgusting. He's perfect. So just crop yourself out of it.
You shouldn't actually even exist in physical photo form.
Like, what the fuck?
yeah. Bella should be seeing a psychiatrist.
Yeah. Like, and then when the Cullens stop going to school, because remember, when Edward is sad, they all have to
Everyone.
stop.
Everyone shuts down their life.
And
Which honestly, I'd be like, yeah, get sad all the time, because why the fuck am I going
Why
to
am I
school
going
at
to
6,000 gajillion years old?
exactly. Why am I going to high school for the 85th time in a row?
I think we have enough graduation
I think
caps
we're
as a
good.
joke.
Even though that art piece is pretty rad.
It is.
But when they stop coming to school, like they show Bella just sitting there like staring at their table, at the lunch table. And her friends around her are all like goofing around, making each other laugh.
Throwing shit at each
and
other.
You're just watching this and you're like, as a young girl watching this, it's like, this is what you should be doing. You should be goofing around with your friends, having fun, talking about silly shit.
Yeah.
And you are so deeply entrenched in this one person. It's like exactly what I don't want for my daughters. Is somebody to be for them to be this entrenched in a person this young.
This movie,
and miss out on everything they should be doing.
we will show them the outtakes as a cautionary tale.
I will show them this as a caution and be like, you can't be like this.
Yes.
Like, don't
And we'll
let
end
somebody
it with the
consume
screams
you.
in the night.
Yeah.
Not the
That's
proposal.
It. That's how you will end. Yeah. Now, this is when she goes home and Edward is just creeping. First, he steals the picture. He's in her room and he steals the picture.
So fucked up.
Yeah, and then he's just he doesn't even leave a picture of himself for her. And then he's just creeping in her fucking driveway. And he says, "Hey, you want to take a walk with me real quick?" And the way he says it, my true crime brain said, Nope.
No.
You're not going in the woods with that man.
Also,
The way he said, you want to just take a quick walk with me for a minute in the woods with how you've been acting?
Why does
and how
he-
you just said that? No, sir.
why does he take her into the woods to do what he's
I
about
am
to do?
still asking that question to this day.
Take her to her house.
You are
Make
at
sure
her house.
Charlie's home.
Yeah.
Do
Sit
it.
on the front steps and do it so she can just
like,
go inside.
why do you have to be in the woods?
If you didn't want to be in the house because you know you're going to be a shithead. And you
Yeah.
wanna sit on the front steps.
sit in her car.
Tell her. And then wait for her to go inside so you know she's got somebody.
Like, sit in the back of her truck.
This motherfucker left her in the middle of Forks, Washington woods.
The fact that he makes her do a hike before breaking up with her, volatile.
In the way they hike far in.
Vast
And
woods.
the most cutting thing he says to her is, I'm just sorry I let this go for so long.
Oh.
For some reason, that one just, because he's pretending that he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
That he doesn't actually like her.
Yep. It's a little too easy for him to pretend.
It is. When he said, I'm just sorry that I let this go on for some reason, that would have gutted me.
But you said it's worse in the book.
Because that makes you sound pathetic. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally like, I'm sorry that I just like let you think I liked you for that long. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh.
And then she also in the movie, she's like, I'll go with you. And he goes, I don't want you.
Yep. I'm like, damn.
Ouch. It's
I'm
so
looking for-
diabolical.
in the book, it's even,
You read it to me earlier and I almost cried.
it's a rough
It
one.
hit me.
So in the book, he says, don't worry, you're human. Your memory is no more than a sieve. Time heals all wounds for your kind. And she says, and your memories? And he says, well, I won't forget, but my kind were very easily distracted. And then he smiles.
He says,
I said,
fuck you.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll think of you from time to time and then I'll distract myself.
But I'll just be distracted
easily.
Like,
Ouch.
and during all this in the book, because I noticed in the movie when he says like, promise me something, she doesn't say like, yes,
Yeah.
I will. She's just like in shock.
Yeah.
In the book, when he says promise me something, she says anything.
Oh no.
So as he's
Don't
sitting there
promise a
being
man
like,
anything in the woods.
well, and when he's telling you, I don't give a fuck about you, like I actually don't like you, I don't want to be with you, but promise me something. If you respond anything, what?
Yeah, girly.
Like what the fuck?
Girly mama.
It's rough in the book. It's rough.
Yeah, that's
and
brutal.
it's rough in the movie, but it's rough in the book. So that whole thing, she gets left in the middle of the fucking woods after she tries to run after him. She's like, Edward, and then she runs after him.
She actually says it exactly. Edward, wait.
And then she just falls down and just lays on, which is like
Can I just say something?
heartbreaking.
Oh.
It is. She just lays on the ground and cries. It's so sad.
It's so pathetic.
It is, but you're just like, you have no basis of any relationship. And you have very, like, her mom
Is a wreck.
is absent.
Yeah.
Like, she's obviously, it's not like.
And Charlie is somewhat
And Charlie,
absent as
especially
well.
in the book, Charlie, absent. Like, just not, she does no concept of like what real love is.
No.
And this is just like earth shattering to her that like the thing she thought was love isn't that.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It is pathetic, but it's like, you look at it and you're just like, damn.
It's horrible.
Because you forget, because to me, she comes off so young in this.
Yeah.
Like it's like 15, 16.
But she's
And then you're like,
literally
oh, you
18.
just turned 18. Like,
Yeah.
damn, get up.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Get
when
up,
you go,
bitch. Go
"Get
about your
up.
life.
Get up.
You got a shift at Newton's.
Yeah. And Sam finds her in the woods and his wolf form. Sam is one of the Quileute tribe.
You skipped over the fact though that they literally had to send a fucking search
Oh, yeah.
party
Like,
out for
they
her.
think she's dead.
Like Edward left her so far in the
Yeah.
woods and she passes out.
Charlie had to get-
both of them are so just fucking reckless that
Yeah.
they have to get a search party involved.
Like Charlie literally has to become like chief of homicide in that
Yes.
moment and like find her.
Yup.
And it's like the Quileute tribe are obviously helping
Yup.
because they're friends with Charlie and they're
And they can like sniff out the woods.
And so they're Sam, who ends up being the alpha of the tribe, we will learn. He finds her and picks her up and brings her back.
Just emerges out of the woods
Just
with her.
shirtless and jorts out of the woods.
Can you imagine being Charlie in that moment? Not jorts carrying my daughter out of the woods. Not ab jorts.
He was probably like My life was so simple.
Go back to Arizona,
so
Bella.
simple before you came.
He says, give me a call.
Now I'm like sitting here having to watch a man in jorts with no shirt on carry you out of the woods.
A couple months ago, you fell down a flight of stairs,
Fuck.
fell through a fucking plate glass window, came back with a fucking bite
With a
scar
bite mark on your arm.
On your arm that moves, by the
Yeah.
way. That shifts. It's crazy. Local legend is that your boyfriend's a fucking vampire.
This is when we get our "It's a possibility," and we just circle around her.
Months.
And in the book, she does the thing where she has blank pages with just the month
Yep.
on it, which I think is a really clever. It's a good way of doing it.
I remember watching this and just, like as a
Feeling it.
child, sobbing. Ugly, Titanic
said,
ugly
"Bella."
tears. I said, I loved you.
Yeah,
And there's random trick-or-treaters in your yard.
People are trespassing on your property, Bella. Call the police. Oh, wait, your dad's a police chief.
It's so fucked. She's in the same pair of sweatpants.
And she's just staring dead-eyed outside.
It's awful.
And it just, the camera just like spins around
And I'm
her.
sorry, but are we to believe that she just sits there for months? Like, does she get up?
You see little bits of her getting up, but like sitting and just staring off into the distance. Charlie trying to.
I'm like, does she miss 4 months
like,
of
what
school?
the fuck?
Like,
And like, then we get the screaming nightmares where she wakes up in the middle of the night, just screaming bloody murder.
the screaming nightmares are where, as a parent, I would
draw a
draw
line.
the fucking line.
Yeah, that's when you
get
gotta
the
get some help.
professionals
Yeah, you
involved.
gotta get some help. Like when
Yes.
this is, because there's a part where Charlie,
Poor Charlie.
poor Charlie, is just he's trying to do the dad thing or the parent thing, really. And at night, one of the greatest things you'll ever have as a parent is when you just fall asleep on that couch downstairs because it's been a long day, and then you wake up at some unknown time and you're like, oh, I gotta get upstairs. But he's fallen asleep in front of the TV, and she just starts screaming in her sleep. And he like jumps up and is like, and like goes to walk upstairs. And I was like, she's 18.
Yeah. Move
Like,
out.
He probably was like, what? I thought this ended in elementary school. Like
No.
when like nightmares.
It doesn't.
Nope.
Not with Bella.
Nope, not with Bella.
Bella Swan.
She's gonna bring you right back. She said,
damn.
you thought you could sit in front of the TV.
It's crazy.
And then she's just sitting alone at the Cullens lunch table, which I think is
Diabolical.
so far beyond the realm of like, I would literally, this is when I said, Bella needs a fucking Capricorn friend at that table.
A reality
who will
check.
Sit there for maybe a day and watch that bitch sit at that empty table.
Yup.
The next day, I would get up, I
Yup.
would walk over there and I'd say, listen,
ass
Sniffles. Either
Not Sniffles.
get over it and come sit at our fucking table. This is stupid. Or get the fuck out of my eye line while you're doing it because this is dumb.
Because also,
I'm not watching you sit there and mope at their table. That's insane.
I can't imagine watching my friend do this after dating this guy for a few months.
That's the other thing.
Like, that's the biggest thing.
this isn't years.
It's crazy.
And it's the table. The table just gets me because I'm also like, that's attention seeking.
Next thing you know, she walks in wearing a pea coat.
That's attention. Literally.
She buys a Volvo.
She just
and
plays.
starts triple parking.
She walks in with a bag of eggs and plays a carrot like the kazoo at the table.
like that's where she alternates between a paint smock and a pea coat.
She starts like, bringing someone in that's supposed to be her brother but isn't.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's attention seeking at this point because it's in public and you're
is.
literally doing that for the whole cafeteria to wonder what's wrong with you. But then somebody will walk up to you, no doubt, and say, hey, you okay? And
Sniffles.
you'll say, please don't ask me about this. It's private.
Yeah.
Even though you're sitting in public. She's that girl who goes on Facebook
Yup.
and says,
Going
I'm
through
going through a
something
really
hard.
bad time right now.
Don't
but
PM.
please don't pry.
Please.
Please don't pry.
Please
This is
allow my
private.
privacy during this trying
Allow my
time.
privacy. It's ridiculous. So at one point, Charlie says, it's just not normal, this
And that's
behavior.
facts.
Quite frankly, it's scaring the hell out of me. And I said,
that is
preach,
real.
Charlie.
Preach, Charlie. It's scaring us as viewers.
I said, yes.
I said, I'm scared about this
Like,
fictional
we all
character's
feel
state
that.
of being.
So she's like, don't worry, Dad. Because he's like, I think you should just get the fuck out of here and go back with your...
That's the thing. He's like, I called your mom. You got to get the fuck out.
And he's like, I just want to
I'm
fall
a man.
asleep in front of the TV again.
I miss ESPN.
I just miss it. And she's like, no, it's cool. I'm fine. This is my home now. I love Forks. I'm not leaving. And he's like, awesome.
Can we also point out that like in the middle of like his daughter like screaming in the middle of the night and just being a general walking coma person, he's also dealing with all these weird attacks.
Yeah.
And like whatever else is on his police docket.
Yeah, like people are getting
too
eaten.
much.
Hikers are getting eaten.
Too much.
So he's like, uh-oh.
Weird prints in the woods.
Yeah. And so she's like, don't worry about it. She's like, I'm going to go shopping with Jessica. I'm going to have a girls' night. And he's like, okay. Like, bye.
He's like shopping?
He literally is like, buy lots of shit.
Yeah.
Bye. And so she calls Jessica, and I love it because she's like, hey, Jessica, it's Bella. Yeah, Bella Swan. And when I was first watching, I was like, what? And then I'm like, oh, I hope Jessica was being a complete
Bella
cunt there and was like,
who?
Bella who? I don't know Bella. And Bella's like being such a dick that she's like, Bella Swan. You don't remember me?
me.
Like she's that in her own like,
It's me, Bella.
I was like,
I'm
girl.
in here.
Come on. But this is a classic. Bella is not like the other girls. Like she's
likes
always
combat
she doesn't like
movies.
shopping. She doesn't like this. She's like, oh, okay, we get it. Jessica, however, is hilarious.
I love her.
And I think she's a girl's girl personally. Last movie when Mike asked her to the dance, she asked Bella if it was okay. When she's known Mike since she was in preschool, and Bella just showed up 4 minutes ago, and she's asking Bella for permission, even though Bella has no interest in him. But she's like, "Is it weird? I don't know."
Yeah, you know what?
That's girls' girl
That's girls' girl.
behavior.
And to even honestly, like to even go out with Bella when she's been displaying
such a dick.
Like we only get to see her in the cafeteria. Imagine that bitch in class.
Exactly. And she's like,
when she has to
"Let's
look at
go."
slides, it must be next level.
I'm saying. She goes through a whole thing about because they saw a zombie movie and she's like, and Jessica's take on it. She's
Jessica
like,
says leprosy is not a joke.
Yeah, she's like, I have a cousin who has leprosy. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
And then she's like, is it supposed to be consumerism? Because like whatever. Like, and she goes through this whole thing. Like, are you so
Some girls love shopping.
like you're so pleased with your own self-referential shit? And I was like, Jessica's got it.
She
like,
gets
she's
it.
on it.
She gets
She
it.
would be fun to hang out with. I'd
She
be like,
would.
let's talk about zombie movies. Let's go. Yeah. But as she's talking about this, she's like, and you know, like your depression thing, like I get it, but like you gotta
have
get
shit
over
going on
it. And then
too.
she goes, I have stuff going on too. And she starts saying, Mike said he just wants to be friends.
which is hard.
This
She's also going through a breakup.
this is the point of the conversation when you hear her start to say Mike said he just wants to be friends, that Bella checks out. Literally checks out. You only hear Jessica say that fading out.
But you can see that she's still talking.
Oh yeah, she's saying it. She's like, and she's still talking about it as Bella is looking at these bikers over
Yup.
there. As soon as this conversation went away from something about Bella
Yup.
or what she's interested in, she went whoop. She didn't give a shit about Jessica's problem. She didn't want to hear Jessica being like, hey, Mike said he just wants to be friends and I'm bummed about it.
Yeah.
And like, can I talk? Nope.
Only
don't
Bella
wanna
can
hear
be
it.
going through a breakup right now.
Bella's going through
Bella's
something.
problem is bigger.
Bella has narcissistic tendencies up the wazoo.
I told you, she's baby girl. She's baby
is
girlified.
So baby girl here. And that was so egregious. I was like, are you kidding me? Couldn't care less about anyone else's problems. It happens again, too.
Yup.
But the way I would assume in this moment that Bella has just fucking lost it, because she has, the way she walks towards these bikers, and Jessica's literally like, are you good?
Hello?
Like, what's
Hello?
going on? She just abandons Jessica.
In a seedy part of town.
In a seedy part of town, leaves her by herself, gets on this. She walks up to this biker who, like,
Wait, she actually, first she starts walking up and then she stops and she's like, oh, I thought I knew
Turns
that guy.
around.
Turns around. Walks back. Stops. Walks
Turns around again.
I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
I feel like those bikers would be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, something's going on here.
You're more cuckoo than us.
Yeah, you're having a moment.
Yeah,
But she walks up to this one and he's like, hey, girl.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, are you the feds?
He literally bites. The way he bites it, he literally is like, what's up? Like, he just...
It's not for me.
was
It's
like-
not for
I
me.
was screaming. I was like, good for you for giving it a shot,
It's
man.
not for me.
The lip bite kills me. He's literally like,
Ew. Stop. She keeps doing
want
it.
to get
Stop.
on the bike?
No, I don't.
And I was like,
And they're
no.
not wearing helmets.
This is also not in the book.
No.
So in the book, she doesn't go. She sees them, but she doesn't go with them because Edward tells her
to
not
stop.
She leaves with Jessica.
Right.
Like right away.
Right.
Like doesn't go on the bike ride. So that was
That would have been boring.
So she goes on that bike ride. She's like, well, what a rush. And Jessica's
And
like,
that's when she sees
You're going to
Edward.
be more of a fucking pain in the ass. And that's when she saw Edward because Edward was like, hey, stop, turn around. And she's like, no.
Yeah.
Now, she now is excited about this because she's like, ooh, I can see Edward when I do dumb shit.
I can put myself in life-threatening situations, and then I will hallucinate my boyfriend who left me in the middle of the woods.
Also, again,
with his entire family.
Such a wild thing for young kids, like young girls especially, to be reading or witnessing.
Yeah.
It's her doing the dumbest shit because, again, it's not quite clear whether she's really seeing or hearing Edward or not.
They should have spiced this up a little more and not made it YA, because this being YA is dangerous as fuck.
It is.
I'm
That's
now
the
going to be
thing.
reading, like, when I have children, I will be reading every book that they read.
Yeah, just to make sure, because
Beforehand.
the themes are just like,
Yeah, the
this
themes
is
in this
not
are
good.
Like, it explains so much about who I used to be.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely, again we're looking at it from like an adult perspective. Kids, young people would eat this up like we did. So she finds these two like scrap bikes and she brings them to Jacob to fix for free so she can see her boyfriend again. Like really take that one in.
She also
Jacob, who is like very clearly infatuated with her from the moment he lays eyes on her again. She brings him junk and says, "Can you fix these bikes for me for free?" And she's doing this so that she can see her boyfriend who abandoned her in the woods again.
Yeah. Yep. She also, I don't know if this is in the straight up movie or if it's the extended cut, but like some guy stops by with those bikes beforehand, like before throwing them out. And Charlie's like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
And Charlie's like, she knows how Charlie feels about this too.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't want people on motorcycles.
And she's like,
I'm going to get on a motorcycle and I'm going to
Charlie.
make Jake fix it for me.
Yep.
I'm going to make Charlie worry about me.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about Jessica, and I'm abandoning all my other friends except for Jake.
It's all
And the
about
only
Bella.
reason I'm friends with Jake is because he can offer me this service.
Exactly.
And like make me feel good every now and
And
again.
me being in his presence makes him feel like there's a chance. So if I can do that, I can get what I want out of it.
And I get a little
move on.
boost.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
girl.
you fucking
damn
asshole.
This is the moment though where we say,
Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca?
Which is a fucking wild line.
Masterpiece is what you meant.
A wild line. It's not in the book. This was specifically for the movie.
I need to know who wrote that in.
I
need to high five.
might
them
have been
someday.
Catherine Hardwicke. I don't know.
Or no, wasn't it a different?
Or no, this was another one. So you're
well,
right.
I would like to high five this man.
Yeah, whoever did this. They start talking about like age again. It comes up again.
Age is like a whole like heavy ass theme.
And he says something
this
like,
is when.
He says, what are you, like 40 now? Which I was like, okay. That didn't even bother me. I was like, whatever. But then she goes, I feel like it. And I was like, what does it feel like, Bella? Because I feel fucking great. I feel better than you've ever felt. You watching this movie, I'm like, you're 18 years old. You're in far dire straits than I am, bitch.
Yeah.
Okay?
You
I feel
are.
footloose and fancy free compared to you.
You said I'm doing my Medicube masks, and what do you know about it?
I feel better than you, Bella. I listen to soft jazz in the morning. What do you do?
On an old timey radio, you fucking twat.
What do you do?
What do you know?
What do you mean
What
you
do you
feel
know?
40? Doesn't sound like it.
I'll kill
you sound
you.
like a whiny little 18-year-old is what you
Pow,
sound like.
right in the kisser.
And then she's sitting there with him while he's fixing the bike and she turns off the radio and she's like, I don't really like music anymore.
Pick me, pick me,
Shut
pick
the
me.
fuck up.
Pick me, pick me, pick me.
Shut the fuck up. That kind of shit. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah. It's also a good song. I think that's like when
And
it's
also,
like,
you don't like music anymore? Too bad. You're
Jake
in his
might.
garage and he's fixing your shit for you. So if he wants to listen to music, sorry, baby.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your place. That's
fix your bikes
shitty.
on your own.
You don't have to listen. You can live in a blobby world with no music on your own terms.
Get a grip. You were sitting in that chair listening to Licky Lee for months.
Exactly. For months.
Months, Bella.
And then later, I love it because she comes home and Charlie's like, hey, like, he's not coming back, Edward. So he's literally like, I don't know, maybe settle for Jacob. Like, that's essentially what he said.
And does he say?
He says, you got to love what's good for you sometimes. So he's literally like, I don't know, try to like him. I'm like, whoa.
We are setting up really, really bad shit here.
When they're driving at one point, Jake and Bella, they see Sam and like a few of the other tribe members.
Yeah.
And they were like Jake's friends.
But now they're not
But
hanging
now they're
out.
all of a sudden super buff, shirtless,
And only
tattooed,
hanging out with
and
Sam.
and he calls Sam like a cult leader.
Yup.
And he's like, yeah, and you can tell like it annoys Jake. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, because he doesn't know what it's about yet. But Sam is actually the alpha, so that's what's happening here. And
Jake's a late bloomer.
he is a late bloomer. And why don't I talk about like kind of the lore with this?
Yeah.
Now, so they are shapeshifters. They
Right.
can phase by choice. But they, in order to be a Quileute tribe member in this movie that phases, like transforms, you have to be able to trace a direct bloodline to the original shapeshifter.
Okay.
Not all of them can shapeshift.
Makes sense.
A lot of them are men. There's only one woman who is shapeshifted. That's Leah Clearwater. We'll get to her. You'll get a lot more of her in the third book, I believe. Third
Yeah,
movie?
if not the next one.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if she's in Eclipse or if she doesn't come until Breaking
thought she
Dawn.
was.
I don't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But apparently, and I thought this was interesting, there's a window of time where the transformation can happen.
Okay.
If you're going to transform. And it's this small window of time when like puberty essentially happens. And you will only transform if you are in proximity to a vampire.
Yeah.
Like your first transformation will not happen at all if you never come in contact with a vampire.
That is actually very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's cool.
It is. It's interesting. So if you don't sniff around a vampire at any point in that transformation window, you will never phase. You won't know that you had that.
So I wonder if that's like part of the reason why Jacob hates Edward so much.
Because he knows it's like partially his fault.
Yeah. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Because the reason that like all of a sudden there was this huge like outburst of
Because the Cullens.
people transferring is because the Cullens came, which became a proximity thing. And now all these kids are suddenly popping up and phasing
Right.
because they're in proximity. And now all their window of transformation has happened all at once.
Right.
So it's like they're all popping up.
It's kind of
So,
fucking
which
cool.
is interesting. So werewolves are like super fast, like crazy fast, can outrun a car, all that shit.
Not a vampire.
Not a vampire though.
Because they're fast.
Because they're fast.
Fast. We'll get there.
Their eyesight is 10 times sharper than a human's
I wish.
eyesight. To them, vampires look like a walking crystal, essentially.
That's kind of cool.
They look like angly and weird. Yeah.
always or just after they become a werewolf?
I'm not really sure.
What if
That's-
like when Jacob first met Edward, he was like,
He was like a...
this angular bitch.
he looked like a Picasso, like an early Picasso, but just sparkly. That's what I picture.
Just like long head.
It's like a walking Picasso painting with like all the features in different ways and like super angled and
yeah, I'm picturing
Yeah.
like Gumpy, but like sharp.
like gumpy.
This guy? Remember he was always a
Gumpy.
pen.
He was always a pen?
Gumpy, right? That's
What's
his
going
name.
on?
Yeah, Gumpy.
What's happened?
Gumby.
Oh, Gumby.
Gumby.
Okay. When you said he was always a pen?
Yeah. There was pens of him.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking Gumby when
Yeah.
you brought him up, but then you said the pen thing and it threw me off.
You never
because-
saw a Gumby pen?
No, I don't think I have. You were like, he was always a pen. I was like, he was not a pen. Like, what?
Maybe he wasn't.
I don't think he was.
Maybe I just feel.
I'm sure somebody has a Gumby pen.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe not though, because I'm looking at Google images right now and there's not a one.
You literally said he was, always a pen. That's why I was like, oh, that's not Gumby. Like, what?
Gumby.
So the pack, the Quileute, like werewolves pack,
Yes, yes.
they share group mind, so they can hear each other's thoughts.
Okay.
Which becomes a real problem for Leah being the only woman in the pack later.
Oh, doll, we will get there.
Don't worry. When we get to her situation,
Poor
you will
Leah.
feel all
Justice
the
for
feelings.
Leah.
Yeah. They also, they have to obey the alpha. They don't have a choice.
Yup.
They heal really quickly. Once they transform, like once their first phase happens, their aging will speed up until they reach the age of 25 and then they stop aging.
Obsessed.
Yeah. So they'll quickly get older, but stay at 25.
So that would be a problem even if she was with Jake. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing he could even do about it.
Yeah. Because he'll stop aging.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, and they do mention imprinting in New Moon obviously becomes a problem
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
What it is apparently being unconditionally tied to a member of the opposite sex. always the opposite sex.
Homophobic.
So you cannot.
That's literally homophobic.
That really is. Like, because it specifically says the opposite sex.
Yeah.
And apparently once you see the object of the imprinting, that you don't know that's going to happen, but once you come upon the person you're going to imprint on, you will do anything to please and protect that person.
Upsetting.
All other commitments in his life, like the werewolf's life, are secondary. Even commitment to the pack. Everything becomes secondary to that person.
Interesting.
The werewolf will completely transform everything about themselves to become what that person needs or wants. So they will abandon any individuality or any preferences or any choice to become whatever that person wants.
That's wicked healthy.
I'm like,
that's wicked healthy.
I'm like, bitch, you have created the most fucked up relationships.
Toxic. Like toxic as all hell.
They will give up everything just to be with that person.
Power dynamic.
They will also be forced into being like around everything that person loves. So if they have to, by no choice of their own, like the people that person likes, like everything about it.
That could get so crazy.
Yeah. And it said, according to the illustrated guide, if the human is young that they're imprinting on, the werewolf becomes the perfect platonic playmate and protector.
Putting platonic and playmate in the same sentence is diabolical.
As the human ages and changes, the werewolf instinctively switches roles to fulfill the human's needs.
So grooming.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole Renesmee thing, when everybody's like, oh my God, it's not that big a deal. It's a big deal.
A huge deal.
He's waiting.
The biggest deal.
This motherfucker is waiting and wait.
It's literally grooming.
Until she becomes age appropriate.
It's involuntary grooming.
Meets her as an infant. Can't wait for her to become age appropriate. That is so beyond fucked up.
But can and will wait.
Will wait. Yeah. Like I just read a story to the girls the other night called It Came From the Sky. That's a great book. You need to read it. It's so fun.
Okay.
And it says in it, nobody is more patient than a spider. And I beg to differ.
I didn't know when you said I read a book to the girls the other night what journey you were going to take me on.
Nobody's more patient than a werewolf who is imprinted.
Yeah.
Just saying.
My brain right now is like, woo,
yeah.
Woo. It's like, when you shake up one of those bottles and you make a tornado. That's my brain right now.
Yeah. I just wrote, what? At the end of this.
What? Why would you volunteer? Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Steph, no, I'm not like trying to fight you or anything. But like, Steph, I'm not trying to come at you, bro. But like, why would you voluntarily tell us this and like make this lore?
This
was voluntary. You didn't have to. You didn't have to.
It's like voluntarily telling us that Jasper's a Confederate soldier.
It's weird.
Like, we don't need it.
It's weird,
I don't
baby.
need any of this.
Weird.
I don't need it. But yeah, so that's that.
All right.
The Quileutes and the vampires, or the Cullens, excuse me, specifically, have a treaty that happened a long time ago.
Okay.
That was like, I think it was like Jacob's like great-great-grandfather who started this whole, like it's one of his family
descendants or ascendants.
They did this, they did this treaty with Carlisle because Carlisle's a billion years old. And so their whole treaty was that they were going to leave each other alone.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what we saw in the first movie, the little flashback.
The Cullens had to promise not to hurt humans and hunt them, and they had to promise to stay off of Quileute land.
How weird is that Edward met Jacob's great-great-grandfather?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yes.
That's why he's like,
boy,
little bitch.
Boy.
A little bitch.
Get out of here.
Hey, son.
But Jacob is of the generation that Bella is.
Yeah.
So technically, it goes
weird.
Too far.
You can't think on it too much.
It'll break your brain.
Yeah, you can't marinate in that too much or it's going to get rotten.
How many generations older is Edward than Bella? Wow.
Who can be sure?
Probably somebody on an online forum.
Yeah, I'm sure. But that at some point, Bella jumps on one of those bikes that she made Jacob fix for her.
Oh, and doesn't she get like thrown into a rock?
She does. And when she begins to start the bike, Edward appears and puts his hand on her hand in vision form. And he just goes, stop.
Stop.
And the way he's like, I feel like that's silly. But she crashes and Jacob comes to her rescue.
Also, she crashes and she gets internal bleeding, and I will not be told otherwise. She flies against that rock.
Yeah.
Like,
A
really,
rag doll.
really hard.
And she sits up and says, I want to go again, but her mouth says something different.
Yes. Yep.
I can't tell what it was.
Yep.
And then she looks up at Jacob and says, you're sort of beautiful. And I need to stand in honesty right now. That's a killer line.
Yeah.
A killer line
You
to
like
say
it?
to somebody. I was unaware of Bella's like potential to have game. Because that was like a real, you're sort of beautiful is, because like he is.
It's a killer line and also somewhat of a read because she could just look up at him and be like, you're beautiful.
But I think she was literally just being like, holy shit, like I'm looking at you right now. This close for the first time. And like I think that was that's part of the game is you're being a little coy and being like, you're sort of beautiful.
The sort of would take me out. I'd be back in the day, wow, a memory just infiltrated my brain. Back in the day, it used to be this thing on Facebook where it'd be like and I'll rate you and like say a fact about you. And people would like each other's statuses. And then on your Facebook page, they would rate you from 1 to 10. So it's kind of like being called an 8 when somebody calls you sort of beautiful.
That's how Facebook began, is Mark Zuckerberg thinking he had any fucking ground to stand on to rate another human being how they looked. Looking from his fucking goblin ass point of view.
We did that voluntarily.
Yeah.
You're sort of beautiful.
I think it's the way she's not saying it like you're sort of beautiful. Like
No,
that's
I
not
know.
how that's coming out. Somebody looking deep into you, I mean, like you're sort of beautiful. It would be like at that age, you'd be like, wow.
Well, and also
Jake,
like he loves
Jacob
her so
is like,
much.
excuse me.
Also, Jacob
He is sort of beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I was like, damn, that really hit, girl.
Yeah.
So
You were like,
apparently-
dang, Bella, where the hell you been,
I said,
Loca?
where the hell you been, Loca? Where did that come from? But the whole thing is like people have been seeing bears in the area. We were talking about it earlier.
Yep,
and
yep,
like, you know, Charlie's been trying to figure out who it is. Or
Hikers are getting
What they
attacked.
think are bears. Hikers have died, like a few of them. They're actually werewolves that they're seeing, but it's something else that's killing people and hurting people.
Yes,
but
and her
people
name
are
is
seeing
Victoria, and
the
she's a
werewolves
goddess.
and thinking they have something to do with it.
Yep.
Yeah. Rachel Lefebvre, I think it is.
Gorge.
Lefebvre.
Unreal.
She was iconic in this role.
The
I'm sorry.
fact-
Bryce Dallas Howard is great,
She's a great actress.
but
And she's beautiful.
Rachel ate this role up. She's scary.
She
Genuinely
is.
scary in this one.
She's got this like look in her
Yeah.
eye
Oh, she's so good.
that Bryce Dallas Howard just
Yeah.
doesn't like deliver the same.
And we're gonna get to my favorite scene in the entire movie in a minute. But Bella, so I think like her friends at lunch are talking about this, and Angela thinks she saw one of the bears.
Mm-hmm.
Bella finally joins them at lunch again, just walks over out of nowhere and sits with them, and they're all like, "What the fuck?"
They're also just like such good people because they're
They
just
just
like,
accept it
okay,
back.
like sit down, crazy bitch.
That's okay, crazy bitch. Just sit down. They're just like, all right.
Here you are again.
And Mike takes this as an opportunity to ask her out.
Which isn't Jessica like right there?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, Mike, shut up.
Yeah, it's
also
very nice.
The way he says this, I actually took a recording of it.
No, you didn't.
Because this would make me fly into orbit.
Oh gosh.
So this is what he says when she walks back to the thing.
Well, welcome. So listen, now that you're talking and eating again, which gotta get protein in there.
When he says gotta get that protein in there, like pokes her, I would say respectfully,
He essentially
I must leave.
He essentially just spoon-fed choo-chooed you. He essentially just
that
said,
protein in
"Open
there."
up, choo-choo.
I said, oh, you're about to ask her out after that?
I would crawl under the lunch table and never emerge.
Watching it, I said, oh, Mike, no.
It's You said that so carefully. Oh, Mike, no. Like, Eric should have literally said that. Oh, Mike, no.
Oh, Mike, no.
It's the way his voice, like,
Yuck. Well, that's how you talk to a little kid. They're like, get that protein. And she's just like, okay.
Okay. And she agrees to go
Well, and
with
he's like,
him.
you want to go to a movie? And like, there's like a romantic comedy that we could see.
But
And I love it
Bella's
because she literally
different.
goes, do you know like Face Punch? It's called Face Punch. And she's like, I would love to see Face Punch. And she's like, everyone, do you want to see Face Punch with us? Face Punch, want to? And they're all like, punch face, let's go. And I was like, poor Mike. He's just, but I was like, you cooked your own fucking chicken there with,
You cooked your own
protein there with your, get that protein in there.
Oh, God, kill me.
Lucky for him, almost, is that everybody gets sick and can't go. Jessica just bails, which also I was like, yeah, no shit.
Of course
Because
she
before
did.
we go to this scene, Jessica goes, movie night with Bella.
She's like, I could think of 70 things I'd rather do.
I said, correct reaction, Jessica. Because you know she's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You've abandoned me in the streets.
Yeah. And they were dating again for a couple months. Like, that's
And
shitty.
she likes Mike. She just watched Mike ask Bella out.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, no, I don't want to go on your date with you. Thank you so
No,
much.
no.
Movie night with Bella.
I love her.
But everybody's sick. Nobody can come. And so it's just Jacob and Mike.
Horrible.
And Jacob is
But
trying.
of course it's just Jacob
Of course
and Mike,
it is.
because all of the boys, something about Bella's milkshake
Yeah,
brings
they'll say-
them to the yard.
brings them all to
and
the
they're
yard.
like, it's better than yours.
Yeah. And Jessica's like, no, it's not.
She's like, no, it's
Like,
actually
what the
putrid
fuck?
and rancid.
yeah. And so Jacob's trying to be nice in this scene at first, to be honest. Doesn't end up that way, but he certainly tries.
When they're both sitting there with their
With the
hands,
hands.
open,
I can't
I would
with the hands.
Oh my God, I went on a date with a guy that did that once, and I literally wanted to like stab my eyes out.
You know, John tells a funny story. I don't remember this, but maybe
Did he do
It wasn't
this?
traumatizing for me. It was traumatizing for him.
Oh,
so maybe
no.
that's why
Tell me
it's burned in.
everything.
We went one of our first dates. We went to a movie theater where you could bring the armrest up. He
no.
lifted the armrest
Oh,
up.
no.
I slammed it back down.
What? Why did you do that?
I don't remember
It was
doing it.
involuntary.
I think it was just like
You said,
instinct.
"No."
I said absolutely
You said,
not.
"Don't touch me, I'm sterile." What the fuck?
And he will tell you to this day that he remembers it vividly.
Of course he does. He wakes
And I was
up
like,
at 3
I don't
a.m. and
remember
thinks
that at
about it.
all.
Holy shit.
It turned out all right for my thing.
Yeah, 3 kids and a marriage later.
so
I'd
I
say
feel
so.
like we're okay.
Damn, bitch.
Like, I'm like, damn, like 20 years later,
That's reckless.
he still will be like, I remember that. I felt that sting.
That's
Yeah.
reckless.
I don't know. It must have been instinctually. I was just like, no, man.
Something crazy runs in our family because before me and Drew's first kiss, I literally said, fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Damn. See, I was very scarred from my last relationship. So I think I was like, don't touch me. Get away.
I love that. That's so sad.
Just slammed it right back down.
I can literally picture John in that moment just being like,
He was just like, oh.
like just laser eye focused down at the floor. Like,
He took it very well, apparently, because I didn't even know it happened.
well, you know what? Like you said, it worked.
It worked out.
That's so reckless.
But also, Mike really reads Jacob for filth when he says, are you even old enough to see this movie? Especially because Jacob's response is not, yes, I am. It's, Bella bought my ticket.
Ew.
And I said, this got weird.
Yeah.
This got weird fast.
Yeah.
And I'd like to be let out.
I would
Let
like
me
to
out on
go.
this corner. I want to be out.
Ah.
But yeah, the hands up thing's so weird.
Upsetting.
This is when, like, you know, Mike gets sick. He gets the flu that everybody has, which
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was appropriately stressed out about that, to be honest.
When you're that age.
As soon as somebody is like, I think I have the norovirus, I'm like, well, I guess this is curtains for me.
Actually, please don't even say
Yeah.
that in front of me.
No, they have a whole discussion, Jacob and Bella, while Mike's puking in the bathroom. And he says, I'm not going to give up. And her response is, I don't want you to, but it's because I don't want you to go anywhere. And that's selfish. And I was like, there are things that are called inside thoughts. And those are things that you shouldn't say out loud because they're going to make you feel better to get them out. They're going to hurt the person you say them to, which is very selfish.
Well, and it's like, I don't even know that Jacob is like astute enough in this moment to be hurt by
Yeah.
that. I think he stopped listening at, I don't want you to.
Yeah.
You know, like that, and that's like you're leading him on.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
And it's just fucked up to say to someone, like, I don't want you to stop obsessing over me, but it's only because I don't want you to go anywhere.
Yep.
What the fuck? You don't have to be that honest, babe.
No, you don't.
That's not helping anybody. And we end up, like, she tries to talk to Jake some more, like, after this. First of all, Mike comes out of the bathroom looking gray as hell. And he walks out
sweating.
and he looks so sick. And he's like,
I have to go.
so I have to go home. That's all he says. And Jacob looks at him like he's going to fucking kill him.
Jacob says, you
and he's
rank ass, bitch ass, motherfucking asshole.
Literally. He's like, do you have a problem? And Jake's like, yeah, you're my problem. And then he says like something about like, maybe you need a hospital and maybe I need to put you there. And he's like, what the fuck? And so Bella's like, calm down, you're fucking hot. And not like hot like, whoo, you're spicy. It's like, no, you're literally hot, like you have a fever.
Yeah.
And I love it because he walks away and Mike goes, he's weird. And I'd be like, get away from me, influenza. But
Get away from me, influence.
you gotta go.
You were just talking about inside thoughts. I think that was one of
That
them.
was, but honestly, I don't have those.
Get away from me,
I'm preaching it, but I don't actually practice it.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. And this would seem, I think they should have done it where, because it's seeming, I know it's supposed to be that he's in the middle of
filled with rage.
transitioning, so the change is happening. He's getting his mansies right now, his werewolfies right now.
Yes.
And so it's supposed to be he's like uncontrollably getting angry and he's hot and all that stuff. But I think they should have at least given Mike like some bit of antagonizing there, like said something that would not normally set someone off, but sets him off like that.
Yeah.
Because it comes out of nowhere to such a degree that while you're watching it, you're like, why did he do that?
Yeah, why did he get so mad?
Because when you're watching this for the first time or reading it, you don't know the background yet.
Right.
So you don't know what that's all about. So you're just sitting there being like, is he,
Why did
what
he
the
just
fuck?
get so mad?
So I think it just could have had a little bit of more, just even the smallest bit of something that could even be taken for like innocuous, but is like has the tinge of antagonizing. But that's just me being a dick.
No, I got that.
So we see that like Bella tries to get a hold of Jacob a bunch, can't get a hold of him. They're claiming he has mono, all that shit. He's staying away. It's a long time. And then she shows up in the fucking pouring rain and he is just jorts. Just cut off jorts. A tattoo. He's
in his
jacked.
jorts.
He's cut his hair, thank God.
Yeah,
he cut his hair. He took the wig off.
Got a
and
tattoo.
He's got a tattoo.
That moves, by the way.
Yeah, they go
Ships.
through a whole thing with, and he's saying he can't tell her what's going on and blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, I used to be
tell you
a good kid. And I said, stop.
He said, okay.
And he's like, yeah, I can't tell you what's going on. And he just runs off in the rain with his other shirtless jorts crew.
Jort squad.
The jorts squad.
I'm trying to think of another J.
And just a jumble of jorts.
Yes.
Just off
The
on
jorts jumble.
Yeah, the jumble of jorts off on the little periphery.
To have a jorts jamboree.
So we see her go up to the meadow again where they used to like lay together. And can you please explain what happens there?
I need you guys.
Because she has a vision, like she remembers them laying in the meadow.
I need you guys to watch this scene. Even if you don't watch the whole movie again, watch this scene. Because as they're like panning over Edward and Bella laying down, Bella doesn't have a foot.
It's gone.
And everybody, like I saw a couple people on Reddit being like, no, it's just like her bootcut jeans. Nope. Because you can see her other foot.
Yeah.
Her foot is missing. Her foot is gone.
It's gone.
So maybe that's supposed to tell you it's a memory.
If
it's
it makes
a dream
you feel
and it's
better
weird,
to believe that her bootcut jeans consumed her foot, then
that's
you
fine.
believe that.
But you're wrong.
But they didn't.
You're wrong.
They just digitally took her foot out by accident. And didn't put it back in. It's pretty funny. But when she goes up to this meadow, it's no longer that lush meadow. It's all like burned and dead. And Laurent shows up.
And he's hungry.
He looks great.
He does.
Laurent's gorgeous as far as I'm concerned.
Just abs for days.
It is, and just he's beautiful.
He's getting his protein in there.
He is his protein.
That's what she should have. You're
She
getting
should
that
have said, "You're
protein
getting
in
your
there.
Protein in there. A lot of iron, and he tells her that basically Victoria is eye for an eyeing her. Edward killed her mate, so she needs to kill Edward's mate, and that's you, buddy. And then he's like,
good luck.
He's like, I went to the Cullens' house, didn't see him there. Did they visit often? Or like weird that they left you here? And Edward shows up to tell her like lie. At one point he says threaten him. And I was like, I would have been like, time out.
What do I say?
What threat? You have to be specific to me. You need to, because I said earlier, I was like, my immediate thought for a threat would be like, I'll spit in your eye.
I'll kick you in the shin.
And that's not going to help anybody. No. So like, you need to tell me what threat you want me to use. But she apparently knows.
I don't even know what you would say.
I think she says like, Edward will never let that happen. He'll come back for me.
But that's not convincing. Because he's like,
he
wouldn't have left you in the first place.
Yeah, he's like, pretty shitty that he left you here. And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty shitty, huh?
I'd be like, you know what? Why don't we sit down and actually we can talk about it? Yeah. Because there's a lot of lore to this.
She's like, I would actually love to talk about this.
There was a search party, Laurent.
I don't know if you know this, but I sat in a chair for 4 months.
Yeah. Do you know Licky Lee?
Licky Lee, whatever possibility. You know? All right.
Do you know that there's a possibility? I missed 4 months of school, Laurent.
It's a possibility.
Trick-or-treaters were in my side yard.
Well, and then he's like, you know what? I'm really hungry, though. Victoria's probably going to be annoyed at me for eating you, but I think I'm going to.
And it'll be better.
And it's going to be fun.
Like, I'll make it painless.
And she literally stands there and is going to allow him to. And she's like, I love you, Edward. And I was like, oh, fucking A.
She wants that to be her last words. I said, really?
Yeah.
He left you.
He left you.
In the woods.
Yeah.
Alone.
Come on.
Grow up.
But there's a wolf there. I think it's Sam at first.
Yeah, he like leads the pack. I think there ends up being 3.
There, I think. Yeah. They're all there, I think.
Yeah.
But they all attack Laurent and that's a series wrap on Laurent.
Yeah. So she goes and tells Charlie and Harry, and they go out hunting. But this is a big deal because when she tells Charlie and Harry, for some reason I was gonna like morph their names together. There's no phone on the wall in the cupboards where there is a phone later.
Oops.
So like maybe they got a landline within this time frame
really quickly.
But just so you know that.
Yeah, you just never know. But she goes back down and like they're at Jake's house at one point, and that's when she discovers that he's a werewolf. Like they show her because I think she like aggravates. Is it Embry or one of the?
Yeah, she aggravates one of them. I forget why she goes there in the first. Oh, I think she tries to call him or something. Yeah.
Something happens where she ends up being like she pisses one of them off and they phase.
Yeah.
And she runs away from him. And when she's running, Jake runs out of the house. And she's like, run! Jake, run! Jake, run! Jake, run! It's the way she says it is so funny.
She says it like his name is Jake Run.
And they fight all that. And then they're walking on the beach and he's explaining things to her. Because now she's seen it. We missed a part. So Jacob does come to her room at one point after this whole like Laurent situation. He like shows up. Because remember he parkours up to her room.
Oh my God. We were saying it would have been so funny if he just went parkour.
If you've seen the Office episode where they all parkour and they just keep yelling parkour while like hitting things, that's what I think of. And in this exchange between the two of them, he's saying, I can't tell you.
But like think, because I have told you. And he says,
think about when we were walking on the beach when you came to La Push. And she was like, and he was like, do you remember what I told you? And she goes, about the cold ones. And he goes, I guess I understand why that's the only part you remember. And I said, you narcissistic motherfucker.
He told you about wolves.
You only heard the part that had anything to do with you or something you were interested in.
The
when
only
he told
reason.
You the lore of his people whose land you are currently standing on at La Push, you checked out? What the fuck? She really is so narcissistic.
She's got narcissistic tendencies.
It's like wild. She just does not hear. If it has to do with anyone else's shit,
she doesn't care.
She does not give a shit.
She doesn't care. Also, this is when he like looks at her scar and it has moved.
It has.
Because in the first movie, it's like on the side of her arm. So it's like on the top and the bottom. But here it's just on like the inside of her arm.
Yeah.
And also I'm like, you don't get questions about that more often.
That's what I'm wondering.
Like that's the only person who flips your arm around.
Bite scar.
It looks like my whole night guard imprinted on my arm.
It's
like huge. It's massive.
It is huge. So it's after this discussion in Bella's bedroom where she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember stuff that appealed to me, but I completely ignored the lore of your people."
Yeah. And that's what I love when Jacob's like, all right, I'm going to go.
He's like, you know what? Fuck
I'm going to parkour the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he goes parkour and he leaves. So then that's when we get the scene of her, showing up. And that's when she like sees that they are werewolves because
Yeah.
in the room he's like, I wish I could tell you, I literally can't. I wish you knew how tightly I'm bound to this. And that's when he says, like, I did say it a little bit on the bush.
Yeah, like, just
on the
think.
beach. And she's like, yeah, I didn't hear
On
that.
the bush.
On the bush.
On the bushland.
I was thinking La Push and beach
Yeah.
at the same time.
I get that.
But this is when she sees it because she slaps one of them.
Yeah, which is rude.
Which is like very violent and
Yeah, you can't just go
strange
around
to do.
slapping people.
But she slapped him and he got real mad because he's a wolf now. And so he was like, and then he turns into a wolf.
Yeah.
And that's when she does the whole run!
Jake, run! Jake, run! Jake, run!
It's the way she said, I'm telling you, listen to it again, it'll hit you different.
No, it's funny. What are the fucking odds that your first boyfriend in high school, like to our knowledge, is a vampire?
Yeah.
And then the next boy that you hang out with is a werewolf. What are the fucking odds?
What are the, how does someone hit the jackpot like that is what I want to know. I just got a dumb human.
Wow. I know. Yeah.
I just got a human.
You just called them out.
I mean, like dumb as in like humans are dumb.
He was pretty dumb.
He was not great either. So
Yeah, I was like, I know your first high school boyfriend. He was pretty dumb. Mine too.
I think most of us were.
Yeah. I don't even know where I was going with that. I just like, what are the odds?
Yeah, that's the thing. My daughters all like they can't watch Twilight yet. And
They
like,
never
we've talked
should,
about it, but
really.
we will for a cautionary tale at some point.
Yes,
and
yes.
I feel like it is like it's like
fun.
we joke about it, but it's like it's a rite of passage.
It's
I
so
feel like
fun.
you just gotta preface it with like, this is wild.
This is toxic.
But for the fun, like romance and vampire and werewolf of it all. But I was discussing it with John last night. I was mentioning something about New Moon, and the girls were like, "What is that?" And I was like, "Oh, remember I like because I've told them like, oh, there's this movie Twilight. It's
Yeah.
a book. Someday you'll read it.
It's in the zeitgeist.
It's there." And so they were like, "Oh, like when can we watch that?" And I was like, "Not for a while." But I was like, "Oh, there's this really cool scene with Victoria and the werewolf," and I was talking about the one that's coming up. And it's like when Hearing Damage by Tom York is playing.
It's such a good scene.
And they were like, can we watch
you
that
let them watch
scene?
it?
And I was like, so I watched the scene. I was like, give me a second.
It's not scary, really.
No, it's not scary at all. But I was like, this is a cool scene. So I showed it to them and all three of them were like, when can we watch them? And I was like, I know, I just gave you like, and I was like, the whole movie isn't like that, but it does have these vibes.
Honestly, I think you said it when we were watching it.
Yeah.
That's the best scene in the entire
love that.
movie.
And it's coming up because
it's coming up.
because right before that happens, like she finds out that Jake's a werewolf. He changes in front of her. She's like, holy shit. He's like this beautiful, like amber colored werewolf.
Amber is the color of his werewolf coat.
Exactly. And she sings that.
Yeah,
to
she
him.
does. You missed that part. It's only in the director's cut.
And it's so quick you'll miss it. You have to pause between the different film slides to get it.
It's actually not even in the director's
Yeah.
cut. It's only in special exclusive cuts that only few people
yeah,
got.
it's only in the cut that I have.
Well, I
currently.
have it too,
Sorry.
actually.
No, only I do.
Well, I knew about it first, so
But they go for a walk to discuss his newfound
werewolfity.
werewolfness. And Bella says to him, can't you find a way to just stop? And then she says, it's wrong.
yeah.
I'm sorry. This should be the moment where Jake goes, you know what?
Not worth it.
Not worth it.
Not
like
worth
that's
it.
like because what the fuck
Yeah.
let me get this straight. And he literally says, he's like, oh, I'm not the right kind of monster for you, you jackass.
That is such a grade A jackass moment.
Jackass.
It
'Cause,
is.
Like, okay, no, not for nothing, baby.
Baby.
But Edward was a fucking human who got bit by a vampire and turned into a vampire. He's not genetically predispositioned to be a vampire.
Right.
He apparently didn't have a choice because Carlisle was saving him and like kind of took that choice away from him.
Right.
But like, it's not in his genetic code to be a vampire. It's not through generations that he became one. The Quileute tribe in this instance, the whole thing is you're directly tied to that bloodline.
It's gonna happen.
You don't have a choice. It's happening.
You come across a vampire, boom,
happening.
werewolf.
And it's like to say to someone where this is literally in their blood
That's wrong.
and not a choice. I'm like, that sounds homophobic as fuck.
It's racist.
Like to sit there and be like,
It's speciesist.
she's saying it's a choice.
Yeah, no, she
Can't
is.
you? And then it's wrong.
She would love right
It's
now.
wrong.
She would
babe?
love right now.
She would like. I was like, that is the most fun. It's weird that they kept that in there because I was like, she became diabolically unlikable in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, because poor Jake is sitting there.
I
Like,
can't do anything. And he also,
me?
this is brand new for him too. Like he's heard these legends
He's
in his
trying
life,
to
but he
get used
didn't
to this.
know that it was going to happen to him. Exactly. He's still getting used to
it's
it.
wrong.
And like one of the first people that ever gets to see this insane, like just wild thing about you,
Yeah.
that's their reaction.
Yeah.
You
It's
bitch.
wrong.
You
And
bitch.
Can't you just find a way to? Is it a phase?
No,
That's
girl.
essentially what she's saying to him. And I was like, you bitch.
Yeah.
It pissed me off so much. I was like, what?
That's the crazy thing too.
You're in
Is
love with a vampire.
it's wrong. And also like she barely asked Edward any questions.
No.
He said he was a vampire and she was like, let's run through those trees, bitch.
Not only that, he literally said, this is the skin of a
a
killer,
killer,
Bella.
Bella. And she said,
he
yum.
has told her, I want to kill you,
Yeah.
but I won't.
But
He's
I want to kill you at
literally
all times.
told her, I am a killer. And
This is
she's
the
like,
skin.
it's okay, baby. And then Jacob's like, hey, I'm a fluffy dog and I'm protecting people right now. And she's like, that's really wrong.
Ew.
Can't you stop?
Gross.
And then she's like, they don't hurt anyone. And I'm
He's
like,
neither do we.
and also,
And
like,
also they do hurt people.
they made a choice to not hurt anyone.
Yeah.
But they didn't go through their entire lives doing that.
Facts.
Also, I'm sorry, babe, they haven't hurt anyone. Why don't you pull Jasper aside? Once you pull Jasper aside,
The Confederate.
have him look you in the eye. Oh, wait, he can't. He'll eat you 1st. If you can get him aside, ask him.
At least you could get
Ask him if he's hurt anyone.
at least you could get a paper cut in
Yeah.
front of Jake. And he would
It
probably
just-
help you out.
What a fucked up. I was like,
Reaction.
Jacob to still be into this after this conversation.
I know.
It's like wild.
It's like the thing we tell the kids that we should not tell them is like, oh, she's mean to you.
because she likes you. Like, I feel like he thinks that. He
does.
That's not the case.
No.
So that's fucked up. And even he's like, wow, you're fucked up for saying that. And we do get a scene where it's Bella deciding what she has to do. She knows what she has to do, which in her mind is jump off that cliff that all the other werewolves were jumping off.
Duh.
Because it's going to be a rush and
see
she's going to get to
Edward.
see Edward again. And she said that's the only way, which I was like, I feel like you've seen him enough up to this point that you could do about 1,000 other things to see him.
Yeah.
That wouldn't include jumping off a 4,000 foot tall cliff.
Here's my biggest
human.
here's my biggest issue. It's not even the 4,000 foot tall cliff. Why does she jump in all of her clothing? Mm-hmm. Why does she jumps in with her Converse on?
Yeah.
Why? Why do that?
Why not?
Why jump in with your little jacket that you
Yeah.
always? Why?
Oh no, she took the jacket off.
Did she
I
take her
remember
jacket
that.
off? Did she take her Converse off, or did she jump in Converse
I don't think she
first?
did. I think she jumped in Converse.
I can't. I can't.
I don't.
Where's
I
your
just
bathing
don't
suit?
get why. Like, you watched Werewolves, which are supernatural beings with supernatural healing abilities
Who run hot?
jump off of that and survive. And you said, I probably can too.
Yeah.
It'll probably be the same for me.
Well, and also, like, did she think that?
Because you've been hallucinating. There's been a lot of stuff happening right now that I just don't think you're in your
right
complete
mind.
clear mind right now to be making smart decisions for yourself when you think you're seeing Edward. Yeah. Whenever you do something dumb.
Yep.
And that so she's sitting there like basically writing an email to Alice. Which, have we mentioned the emails?
I don't remember.
I don't know if we've mentioned the emails. If we haven't, I'm sorry. If we have,
Bella
I'm sorry.
when there was a possibility.
Yes.
During that 4-month period, and during this entire time that Edward's been away, she is sending an email a day, sometimes 2 emails a day, at the most crazy times of night, like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. I paused.
Yep.
I counted 13 when I counted, and that was just in like a month or 2.
And they're all being returned.
Yeah.
So they're not even making it.
You know the mailer demon?
mailer demon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Is it
guy.
demon or demon?
I always call it the demon.
It might be the demon.
I don't know. Whatever it is.
But I'm like, when that you don't continue to send.
No.
You don't make the demon daemon work overtime.
Yeah. But
So she writes her an email.
it's insane. So she's in the middle of writing her an email, Alice, saying that this is what she has to do. She knows this is what she has to do.
Yep.
And we hear that voiceover in her getting ready to go to the cliff. And we also get this really cool, like, mashup of Victoria as Charlie and Harry Clearwater and all the guys are looking for this bear, quote unquote, which has now been told, they've been told it's a wolf by Bella, because when she sees it after like it attacks Laurent, she lets them know.
Like, they're wolves. They're huge.
It is not a bear. So they're in the woods, like searching for him. They have guns. They're doing the whole search party. And we see Victoria stalking them in the trees. She's so fucking cool in this.
She is.
Also, she somehow found hair dye to make that hair really red in this one.
Super vibrant.
Very vibrant. Love it.
It's wonderful.
But it's just funny that it changed between when she's been like living in the woods. But,
yeah.
like, okay.
I mean, it's berries.
She finds time to like get tone.
Yeah.
You know.
Just what is it? A gloss and
A little quick gloss, you know.
bleach and tone.
There you go. And we see Harry Clearwater like covering up wolf tracks as they go because like that's his people. And so Victoria at one point grabs Harry Clearwater before he can like shoot her and lifts him up in the air, and he's like petrified. And then before she can do anything, a wolf comes and just like T-bones her.
Yup.
And so Harry falls to the ground. He's all stressed out. He ends up having a heart attack.
It's the saddest death because Harry Clearwater is the most adorable man, and I love him. I would lay down my life for Harry Clearwater.
So sad. And what happens in the book is we've mentioned Leah Clearwater and her plight, which we will get to, I think.
She has many a plight.
I think the next one, maybe the one after that. It's
remember.
either Eclipse or the first Breaking Dawn. But we get to her plight. One other thing that Stephanie Meyer added onto her plate is that in the book, Harry Clearwater dies from a heart attack because Leah transforms into a wolf in front of him for the first time, and he has a heart attack from it. So she kills her own dad,
essentially.
Yeah. It's like, damn, you really did her
Kills her
dirty.
dad, and then she has to listen to her loved one imprint on her cousin.
Yeah, not great.
Rock on.
Not great. But so Harry has a heart attack, and this is when Tom York's hearing damage plays over it. Perfect song for this. Perfectly shot. There's a scene of like Victoria, and I think it's Jacob. I'm pretty sure as a wolf.
Oh, I think you're right.
They are like on
Like
opposite sides of a clearing, and they do this like face-off thing, and then they just like lunge at each other.
Yup.
And she does these cool like slow motion flips in the air and shit.
And Tom, what is it, Tom York?
Yeah.
He has such a cool voice.
And the song is just perfect. It gives you chills.
It's such a vibe.
And she's running away from the whole pack of wolves, and it's like slow motion. And
I can see it in my head right now.
It's a real, and they do these overhead shots, and everything's really lush and green. It's like this scene. I said, if the whole movie was like this, it would be even better. Because it's like, I know the romance is part of it.
Yeah.
But if we could tone down some of the melodramatics
and get a little
more of like vampires versus wolves, which we get later, I think.
Yeah.
Like that becomes more of a thing. We see like these battles and everything. It's really fun.
It really is.
So I really love this. But she gets away by jumping off the cliff.
Right. And it's like,
Victoria
I think
does. She like swan dives out.
And
it's gorgeous.
Is it that they can't go in the water because it's like where the tree, I think it's they chase her to like where the treaty
is maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Because she jumps right into the water. She like swan dives, and Jacob is like right after her, and he's as a wolf, and he stops on the cliff and is like, so she jumps in there, and then we see Bella get to the top of the cliff. She jumps in. As she jumps in,
worst timing.
we see Edward tell her not to.
Like, what the
and
fuck
she's
are
like,
you doing,
this is the
girl?
only way that I can see you. And he's like, please don't. She jumps in anyways. She like gets like beat up by some waves because it's like not clear, like clean crystal water.
No,
like,
because when she jumps in, it's good, but then she literally gets fucking
Barrel
smacked in the face.
Yeah.
Barrel rolled.
like
It's
literally
rough.
like slams into a rock, like slams her head into a rock.
Of course, because
she's just floating underwater, which I guess they weighted her down to get that shot.
Oh.
Like I think they put weights in her pockets so that she could float
slowly
like that.
Oh.
And
That would
you
freak me
see
out.
you see the vision of Edward like opposite her, so their heads are next to each other.
When he dissipates.
Because she gets pulled out of the water, and she like you can say
Her arm kind of flails.
when she gets barrel rolled. Once she like kind of gets her bearings, she sees Victoria swimming towards her underwater.
The most beautiful fish there ever
Literally
was.
scariest and most beautiful fish. That's when she backs up and hits her head into the rock.
Here's my thing with this. This is an issue. She can run so fast. She can't swim just as fast.
I mean, maybe it has something to do with the water.
They didn't tell
She
me
can
that.
only get
Is it in the
through.
illustrated guide?
And also, she might have just been swimming up on her slow for the fear factor, and she didn't know that somebody was going to pull her out.
Maybe.
because she was backing into the rock. She was going to be out cold, so
Yeah.
she had all the time in the world to get to her.
Still.
But when she gets pulled out, her hand kind of like floats to the side, and then Edward just like dissipates. in her
Edward
hand.
Vincent Van Gogh's right out of
He
there.
does. It's like Salvador Dali painting. It just like melts. But yeah, so it's Jacob who pulls her out
Yup.
and gives her CPR. She goes full cross-eyed again.
She also swallows the water instead of spitting
She
it out,
does.
which I was like, in that case,
That
like I
drove
know
me
dry
nuts.
drowning is weird, but like she might dry drown later.
Well, and also I was just like, just spit it out.
Yeah.
I think they put that water in your mouth so you could spit it out for effect, not swallow it.
Bella Swan would swallow the water she was
like, what the
drowning
fuck?
on, though.
But she goes cross-eyed again, and now I'm like, every time she is near death, she goes cross-eyed.
She does such an interesting cross eye too,
Yeah.
because it's not both eyes; it's one of her eyes that crosses.
Yeah.
It's like a. I gotta think about it. Hold on. This is not a visual podcast, so it doesn't matter. But I really wanted to give it a shot.
Oh, and when Bella jumps off that cliff, by the way, she barely jumps out.
Oh, that is
It
another
makes
thing
me
that pisses
crazy.
me off.
She
I
just
was like,
steps off.
"You're gonna die in all the rocks underneath there."
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? No, Jacob gets her home, and when they pull up, they see Carlisle's car. And she's like, holy shit. And he says, like, I can smell them in there. And she's like, I gotta go in there. And Jacob's begging her not to and saying, like, I can't protect you
so
and all this.
sad.
And I think it's at this point that she just tells him, like, I don't care.
Like, I'll
she's
do
like,
anything to be
I'm
with Edward.
doing this.
Yeah.
Like, she's being so clear to him, and he just
Unfortunately, like it's
sticking with
horrible,
it.
but she has been from the start. Like when they were sitting on
Yeah.
was it when they were sitting in the movie theater and she was like, "Yeah, like I don't want you to go away."
yeah.
And it's
That's
like
the thing. It's like there's a lot of mixed vibes happening here.
It's
I feel
so
and Jacob's young, so I feel like it's like but she goes in there and it's Alice who's there, and Alice is all upset. She says she saw a vision of Bella jumping off the cliff, that she was trying to kill herself. Like she was like, what the fuck? And they hug, and it's a whole reunion.
And she's like, "Why the fuck does it smell like wet dog in your house?"
Yeah,
It's
and she's like,
disgusting."
and Jacob shows up and is like, I had to make sure you were okay. And Alice and Jacob have this like really
Standoff.
tense standoff. And she, at one point, they get like into it for a second. And it's like, as soon as Jacob gets upset, he gets he's not scary.
no.
Which is like not his fault.
No, he's young.
just like
He's a
well,
bit
and also he just like, I feel like Taylor Lautner, who plays Jacob, has such a kind face. You know what I mean? Like
Very much so.
And he has a kind way about
Demeanor.
him that just
Yeah.
like could not make me scared of him.
Yeah.
And so when he says, "Don't get me upset. Things are going to get very ugly." And I was like, "No, they won't. They could never.
They
I think
can't.
if I was Alice, I'd be like, boop. Like
She basically does. She's like, "Yeah, fuck
she kind of
off."
does. Like I was like,
Doesn't she say
"Oh."
like we can figure this out when you put the dog
Yeah,
out?
because she's like, "Where are you going, Alice?" And she's like, "I'm going to let you take the dog out." And I was like, "Oh, girl, burn."
That's a read.
But when he said things are going to get very ugly, I said, "Babe, never.
said,
They could never
"No.
with you. They could never get
No.
ugly with you."
They're not.
It's it's just wild.
It's next level.
So they end up, Jacob and Bella are talking. So I think the phone rings. She goes in the kitchen. The phone rings. Jacob and Bella have a moment where they almost kiss.
Yeah.
Very close.
Yeah.
And then the phone rings.
And he answers
He's
it.
not pleased. He says, "Swan residence."
You don't need to answer my telephone.
She wasn't going to answer.
But my
it, though.
telephone that is brand new.
And you can tell he's a little pissed when he answers it. And he says he's not here.
He's planning.
And
a
he says he's
funeral.
planning a funeral and hangs up the phone. Now, what he meant there, obviously, this person asked for Charlie. Mm-hmm. Charlie is planning a funeral for Harry Clearwater. So that is a
Jacob-
thing.
Jacob. Apparently, this is like widely argued.
Yeah, whether he intended to do this or not.
He definitely did. In my opinion, Stephanie Meyer says no.
Here's the thing. I mean, I would trust her because she wrote it.
I know,
But here's my reason why I do believe this. He does not know that the Cullens had any idea of Bella jumping off that cliff to try to like kill herself. He doesn't know that.
that's true.
He wasn't like Alice didn't say I'm here because she tried to kill herself. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't know that.
That's true.
So him saying that wouldn't make sense. especially because...
Oh, but actually, when you put it that way, that's a good point.
It's Edward on the phone, and he's asking for Charlie as well. So I think he's more looking at it like he's trying to get to her through Charlie. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Charlie's planning a funeral. Like, you piece of shit. Like, your little love story doesn't matter. Somebody died. Because that's also Jacob's family member.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, Harry Clearwater.
No, that's a good... I never even thought of that point,
So I
that
think
he doesn't know.
It makes sense
That he would wanna fuck
take
with
it that
him.
way, and that if he did have all the information, sure, maybe he would have done that. And
Yeah.
I could absolutely see that, but he
Yeah.
didn't have all that information, so it doesn't really make sense that he would have said it that way.
Yeah.
I think he was more annoyed that he felt Edward was trying to get to Bella through Charlie.
Yep.
Like, trying to, so he's like, fuck you, he's planning a funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that does happen. We see on the other end.
It's just the worst possible thing he could have
It is,
said.
because Bella probably saw it as like, even
Why-
though she
why
knows
did you
he
do
doesn't have
that?
all the information, she's still pissed. Why didn't you hand me the phone? That was Edward.
Right.
And we see Edward, he literally crushes his phone in his hand, and he's in a dingy apartment. He looks a hot mess.
Yeah, he's not doing well.
Which
bitch.
also, I'm like, what's going on? Where was everybody?
That's the thing. I don't remember in the book because I just watched the movie.
'Cause
Like,
they're
I
not
read the book
home.
forever ago, but I'm like, do they all go to their separate places? But then I don't know, because somehow I think he's with Rosalie.
Yeah,
Right?
because Rosalie, or at least is in contact with them.
I mean, which he's not via cell phone.
according to Google,
Google.
you see him, he's in this apartment, he's looking out his window, it's at night, you can see the Christ the Redeemer statue in the background.
Okay.
So when I saw that, I said, that's Brazil. That's
Okay.
Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
Or what I believed it was. Apparently that's where he was. He traveled alone and
Went
he
to
ended
Brazil.
up there.
Wait, I
The
feel like
rest
I
of them
remember
went
that
to
from
New York.
To New York?
Yeah. So apparently this
He
is
went to
according-
Brazil and they went to New York?
Yeah, they did not go together.
Interesting. I think I actually, now I'm remembering from the book something about Brazil.
Yeah, and it makes sense because you see that that's a famous statue out the window. So I
Yeah.
remember seeing it and being like, wait a minute.
Oh, so he has to fly to Italy.
Yeah.
It's actually so funny because I remember being like, it makes no sense that they got to him before in
Yeah,
perfect
I remember
time.
thinking that too.
It does make sense because
Yeah.
if he's in Brazil and he's flying to Italy, a direct flight is 11 to 13 hours. And then from Washington to Italy is 8.5, 9.5 hours.
See, that makes sense.
So it makes sense now.
That makes a lot more sense because there was so many, because I knew he wasn't in Italy.
Yeah,
because
I
I was
knew
like,
that.
statue, but I was like,
For some reason, and it has nothing to do with the background, for some reason I had it in my head he was in Tokyo. I
mean,
don't know why.
Who know? Yeah, I don't know. But I guess the rest of them, according to Google,
We're in New York.
they're in New York, and Carlisle started, I guess he went taught classes at Cornell for a little while.
Okay.
I don't know.
But how does Rosalie get in touch with Edward then?
Must have called him.
Before he talked to, because
Yeah.
what does she say Rosalie said?
So I think it's that Rosalie said that, because I'm assuming
Rosalie told him about the vision, and that's why he
Exactly.
calls. Okay.
that's why he calls to really check. And when he heard he's planning a funeral, he was like, holy shit, it really happened.
There we go. Wow.
And he was like, I gotta go.
I don't know why my brain just
No,
couldn't-
it's a little confusing because
it's
in
telephone.
and in the book, in the movie, I don't think they're clear about where the rest of the
In the movie, they're not. no.
family went. Because in the movie, I think he mentions, Charlie says something about I think it's Charlie who says it, that Carlisle got a job in LA or something. It's either in the movie or the book. I can't remember now.
Okay.
It might be in the
I think
book.
that's the book.
In the book, I think they say he got a job in LA and he just had to take it. So they
Okay.
just up and left.
Up and left.
So yeah, so it's very interesting. There's a lot of moving pieces, which
Yeah.
can be a little clunky
Little
to understand,
shaky.
but we figured it out. So
Here we are.
He crushes his phone, and we see them traveling. Now, and Jacob tries to begs Bella not to go.
Because Alice says he's going to show himself to the Volturi
Yeah.
now that he thinks you're dead.
Yeah, he's going to show up to, because that was his plan. Remember, before when he thought Bella was dead, he told her his plan.
And now that he has no cell phone, there's no way to tell him, which is why we don't overreact and crush our cell phones into a million pieces.
Exactly. You need to keep your cell phone on you.
Yeah.
So, or at least have an Apple Watch, something.
Something.
But So they're on their way. Jacob tries to stop her, and she's like,
It's
I'm
really
leaving.
sad.
And he's really sad. And
It's sad.
it's upsetting. But they go to Italy. Alice's driving outfit,
Queen shit.
she looks
The driving gloves.
stunning.
She looks wonderful.
Is it Ashley Green?
Yeah.
She is stupid pretty. Like that this one shot of her, she has like the head wrap on, the sunglasses, and she's got the driving gloves. I
High
was
fashion.
I die.
High
I die.
fashion.
I want to drive like that.
Also,
only.
I don't know. I think we mentioned it in the first one, but I can't remember if we did or not. Apparently, Stephanie Meyer's brothers are like big car heads, so they helped her decide like what
kind of
cars
car.
were going to be in the movie and in the books.
Yeah.
which is I think that's cute.
That makes sense. And so she's got to go. They get to Volterra. There's a festival going on. Everybody's in red cloaks and all that shit. And he went to the Volturi to say like, I want to die.
And they were
but
like, no.
Arrow is like, nah, dude, your gift is like a little too special. I can't kill you. Sorry about it.
I could kill my own sister, but not you.
Arrow's the best because he's just like, ugh. Oops.
Sorry you wanna die.
Sorry.
That's so
And then he's like,
tortured.
you could join us though. We would love that.
Yeah.
Like, let's, we can't kill you, but
Let's
be one of
hang.
us. And he's like, no, thank you. And so he just decides that he's going to walk out into the festival and show himself to everyone. And then the Volturi will have no choice.
And this festival is like all about the day that like they killed the last vampire or something like that.
So it's like, this is the big thing.
This is not good.
So she gets to him with like seconds to spare. He's about to walk out of where the Volturi is.
I love
starts
that.
to sparkle shirtless.
That's the thing. I love that his plan is just to sparkle for the people.
Yeah. Which I feel like anybody would look at that and be like, oh my God, look at that guy with that body glitter. Where'd you get that?
I mean,
it's so sparkly.
that would be some crazy. I'd be like, who's the holographic over there?
I'd be like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I would not be like, whoa,
vampire.
a creature of the night over there.
But I mean, maybe these people know because they're well versed in vamps.
They're in Volterra after all. She runs right through the fountain. She
Which is
didn't have to do
stupid.
that.
Go around it.
I don't think.
Water slows you down.
Or you could have just ran along the edge.
That's
Because,
what I mean.
water slows you down. It bothered me.
Yeah, it's silly.
But she gets to him right in the last second. She jumps on him.
a little girl sees
he
him.
says, heaven, which I was like, that's really sweet. I know. It is sweet. Like, they're like, he thinks he's in heaven.
I know.
And I was like, that's real sweet.
It is.
That moment, I was like, oh, okay.
I know.
I'm back to your love.
I
Let's
know.
go. They pull you in every
He
once in a
does.
while.
He loves her so much.
He does, even though he left her in the middle of the forest.
Yeah. Forget about that.
But that happened. A little girl did see him while he was sparkling.
Yes.
Now. And she was like she was like tugging out her parents, being like, look at this fucking sparkly motherfucker over there.
Yep.
But they get in there. Felix and I think Dimitri, which are like two of the guards, come over and are like, hey, Arrow wants to see you. And he's like, no, I don't need them anymore. Like, I'm not looking to kill myself anymore.
And he's like, yeah, that's not what he wants to see you about.
He still wants to see you. And then Jane appears and she's like, he wants to know why it's taking so long. And I was like, bitch,
It's been
it
one
literally
second.
took a second, but okay. She has this stare. Dakota Fanning does such a good job of this like dead-eyed, like, I'll fucking kill you stare.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. But they go in, they see like that there's a secretary there that's a human. And this is when
Bella's
they
like,
go in and
"What?"
Bella's like, oh, does she want to become? And I think it's like Dimitri or Felix is like, so she will become. And then that's when Jane says, or she'll be dessert. And they go in there. We see Marcus just shitting himself to the side there.
He's so tortured.
We see Arrow, just my king Arrow.
Yeah,
we
delighted.
see Caius, that hating motherfucker,
Hating.
just grudging over
Just
there.
hating everybody.
We see Vecna, the baby Vecna.
Yup.
And they come in, and Arrow, through this whole thing, Arrow discovers that Bella has a block. She has a block that she is not affected by their special gifts.
Yup.
Like, Arrow can hear everybody's thoughts forever since they were conceived of. He doesn't with her.
So then he tests out
Jane. He has Jane he has Jane hurt Edward
real bad.
and he's on the ground like screaming, and Bella's like, stop it, like do
And
it to me, do it
that's
to
the
me.
thing. She says, do it to me instead.
And she's like, and he's like, all right, give it a try. And he's like, let's see. And it does nothing. And Dakota Fanning is so good in this because it's tight on her face while she's doing it. And she does this little smile like closed lip smile while she's doing it that like she clearly enjoys doing.
She loves this.
And then when she realizes it's not working, the smile just slowly fades from her mouth. Like the emotion
melts.
work she did so tight on that shot is amazing.
I mean, she's been working since Uptown Girls.
She has, and she's phenomenal. She really
is.
is. And Arrow, when he sees, and she's pissed, like she stopped, like when she like cuts the connection, she's like fucking A. And she just like looks at Arrow, and Arrow does his laugh here.
It's a beautiful laugh.
It's
a laugh
good.
for the ages.
It's a laugh for all of us.
It is.
In fact, if I was there, I think I would laugh with him
Must.
because I'd be like, oh, yeah, that is fun.
Lol.
So fun.
Sounds like a giggly time.
It really sounds like a giggly time. So shit goes down at this point because I think Felix is like the big
macho man.
hulking guard that just like is the muscle here.
Yeah, he can throw you through marble like it's nobody's business.
A fight breaks out. Felix slams Edward into the porcelain floor.
Yeah.
And his skin cracks like porcelain. I thought that was such a cool effect.
It is.
Like, because the whole lore of vampires is they are like porcelain.
Yeah.
And that whole lore of like, when they fuck, it probably sounds like porcelain dishes
Yep,
slamming against each other. So when he got slammed down there and he cracked like porcelain, I was like, you really kept it that.
But then they heal super fast.
then it
So
just
he heals
heals.
like immediately.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I was so worried about this porcelain though. I said, this is
Yeah.
probably thousands of years old. How are you going to replace this?
I know, I was like, you're ruining your office.
gorgeous castle.
Yeah, that would piss me off. I'd be like, fix it now.
Yeah. They probably find somebody who will
Yeah.
absolutely fix it for them, or they could just kill them.
Yeah. And when Arrow gets close to Bella and he's saying how like she smells so good. Like, I don't know.
He's
how
like,
you
I don't know
stand
how you
next
hold
to her.
yourself
And
back.
Edward's literally like, it's tough. And he's like they have like a real, they have a real
bond.
bro moment. And that, like, it's hard, my
Mm-hmm.
guy. And he does the thing where he says, Isabella. Like right in her face. And I was like, I love Arrow so much.
He's so
Everything he
weird.
says is top notch.
He's so weird.
The way Michael Sheen plays him is so scary.
Because it's so unsettling,
It's
but like
so unsettling.
in such a small, like unnerving way.
He's very the
Slight.
mayor coded.
Yep.
Like he's very like he's got that like that weird charming thing that happened. I don't know. He's very fun though. Marcus is wearing mules. I'm
Good
pretty
for
sure.
him.
Like
I
he
love a
just
mule.
he's really wearing like a house slipper.
Comfy.
I noticed and I said, yeah,
I bet they're Gucci.
I bet. I bet.
It's Italy.
And basically the thing is because she has this special ability that now Arrow has discovered, he's like, well, now she needs to be one of us because I collect special vampires. And so he was like, she's got to be turned. And
she knows about them
yeah,
too.
like she knows about us, she knows too much, and she has this special ability, like we're turning her, bitch. And he's like, I'll turn her. And Alice is like, wait a minute. And she's like, I've seen that she's going to be turned. I will do it myself. And so Arrow checks this because he can check her thoughts. And he's like, all right. And he sees this fucking crazy ass vision
It's the best.
of Edward and Bella
Running out of a Renaissance fair
running slow motion through the forest barefoot.
in Renaissance garb.
And she's wearing a dress. Yeah, full Renaissance vibes. Sunlight is glistening on their sparkling skin, and she's a vampire.
It's insane.
Yeah. And so he saw this and he's like, awesome, like cool. And he's like, so like, he literally like, and is like, okay.
All right.
I'm going
That's
to
the
let you
plan.
guys get to it and let me know when it's done. Like,
Yeah.
so fun. And Marcus literally stands up and goes, thank you for your visit.
It took everything in him
To
to sit up and thank them.
It took his whole ass to say
And he's like, get the fuck out of here because I'm going to go shit my pants. Get the fuck out of here because I have been sitting with this gas pain for a long time and it's about to come to fruition. So get out.
I was like, I feel like I would have to be like, thank you, Marcus, for sitting through this.
I know you would.
Thank you for your visit. I was like, oh,
You never
love it.
visited anybody that said that to
I
you?
love it. Not
Yeah.
like that, but
Yeah,
I'm going to say that to everyone who leaves my home.
Next Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Any guest we have in the pod lab before they leave, I'm going to say, thank you for for your visit.
So just know that.
So if you
Hopefully, if all future guests listen to this one episode that is about Twilight for some reason,
so they know.
we'll point you to it.
So they leave, and as they leave, a big, giant tour group full of men, women, and children are coming into that room. And Bella's like, what the fuck? And Edward's like, you should probably look this way. And as the doors close, you hear them all screaming.
Because they didn't get to kill. They didn't get to kill Edward.
Yeah.
They didn't get to kill Bella. So that's like pent up shit.
Yeah, so they
went nuts on those men, women, and
swatted
children.
them. It's pretty gnarly. We see back home at Bella's house, she's, in bed talking to Edward. It's a
Who
whole
should
thing.
never be allowed in her house again after leaving her in the middle of the woods and requiring a search party.
He's not. He says he's not.
Okay, that's good.
But Charlie does not know he's there.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Yeah, because they have a whole discussion about how he's sorry and he failed her and he'll never do it again and blah, 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 blah. It's the whole thing.
Like, how are you going to explain that you're
checked
back
out,
together?
And then Charlie comes in and I said, I'm here.
Hey.
And Charlie's like, hey, don't fucking do that to me ever again. And she's like, I won't. And he's like, no, seriously, don't. And then before he leaves, he goes, and you're grounded for the rest of your life. And I was like, honestly,
great
so
parenting.
valid. Proper parenting.
Yeah.
Proper parenting.
Absolutely.
And next to him on the wall, next to the door, is a painting of wolves. Oh. And it's very much in the shot.
In Bella's room?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a painting of wolves. I noticed that this time. And this is when Edward says, like, it's going to take a long time for him to forgive me. And
he
she's
does
like,
say that. Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm not breaking his rules because he said I can't step foot through the front door. And he's like, and I came in through the window.
That's a loophole.
Which I was like, you're a fucking nightmare. You're every parent's nightmare.
Yes.
You didn't say I couldn't come in the window. That was fucking implied. You dumb shit.
You better put it in writing when you ban somebody from this house.
In writing.
You're not coming through the front door, back door, side door, window,
Yeah,
skylight.
you're not burrowing underground.
Nope.
You're not. No way.
You can't be in this house
in
by
the house.
any means.
Any means.
And you can't be on the property.
I was like, you're a fucking nightmare.
You can't even be on my street.
Yeah.
Get the fuck. I don't even care if you live here.
Oh,
you're evicted.
goddamn nightmare.
From my street.
And he literally says at some point to her, because they're talking again about, they're in the car, and she's like, we should wait until after graduation because that will be chiller for Charlie if you turn me after we graduate and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, at one point he says, we can figure out something to tell the Volturi. Like
I'm not changing you.
And I was like, you're annoying. Like,
It
you're
is.
annoying
It is
me
annoying.
now. And honestly, I was with her on this because she's like, you're dumb. And so they go to Edward's house and she's like, no, like, I want to take a vote. I want all your family to take a vote if they think I should be turned. And at one point he says something and she literally turns around to him and she goes, shut up. And I was like, oh, you're ready to be a couple. I was like, you're ready for lifelong partnership.
You absolutely are, because there will be moments
Shut
for the rest of your life where you turn around and say, shut up.
And so she's like, take a vote. So, Alice is like, I already consider you a sister. My vote's yes. Jasper says it would be super sick to not want to kill you all the time. Valid. Rosalie.
She votes no.
And she gives a very, I think hers hits so hard. And especially because we'll find out more about her backstory in the next movie. And she says, this is not the life I would have chosen for myself, which I was like, ooh, Emmett, how does that feel? Because he's right next to her. And she says, and I wish someone had been there to vote no for me.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm like, she cares about
That's
you.
the thing, actually. That proves in that moment that she does care about you.
Because she would have just said, yeah, sure, turn her. Like, who gives a shit? I thought it was so poignant. Like, I think that's such a good... You literally sit there and you're like, fuck yeah, Rosalie.
You're a girl. That's a girl's girl.
Like, that's a girl's girl right there.
I need you to remember that in the book, Edward breaks a TV about this.
Oh my God, I didn't remember that at all.
He breaks a TV after the vote. In the frequently asked questions from New Moon on Stephanie Meyer's site, it says, what did Edward break in the living room after the vote? Edward ripped into halves a 60-inch plasma TV that the Cullens had shipped in from Korea because it's not available in the States yet. Emmett was a bit annoyed.
What a little bit.
Can you imagine? I'd be like, so who's your wife?
Yeah.
Who's your lifelong partner?
Yeah.
What?
Like, what's going on?
Well, you're ripping
Something's
a Korean
wrong.
TV and
You're
into
ripping
half?
a Korean TV
into halves?
Yeah. Like,
Because you have to change me?
That's dumb as
And
hell.
also, like, what are we voting for? The Volturi already.
He's lit. Him and Rosalie are the only standouts too, because Emmett's after Rosalie says that very poignant, very like, that should give you a moment.
Heartfelt.
He's like, fuck yeah, and he's just like, hell yeah.
And see that those are the moments when you turn around and you go, shut up.
Shut up. And Esme says, I've always considered you part of the family anyways. And
For these
Carlisle
past few
says,
months.
this is really the only way. Like
He's like,
he
we
doesn't
can't go
want
against the
but he's like,
Volturi.
the Volturi is going to make this a problem. Like, we
Right.
just have to do it. So,
Because most like the Volturi will kill your whole family.
Yeah, it's like, just fucking do it.
Come on.
It's just not that deep. Like, it's really not. She wants to be a vampire, let her be a vampire.
That's the thing.
like,
It's
she
the
wants
consent
it.
is there.
Yeah, she wants it.
I'd be like, why don't you want to hang out with me for eternity?
Exactly.
I'm
That would be my
awesome.
problem.
Yeah.
But they get back in the car. He's not pleased. Jacob ends up standing in front of the car shirtless and directing them into the woods.
As
so
one
they go
does.
in there.
They love to be directed into the woods
They
in this
love
movie.
being directed into the woods. Jacob is literally like, I'm not letting you do this. And she's like, yeah, you don't have a choice. It's my choice.
But little does she know.
And he's like, okay, motherfucker.
I call treaty.
And he was like, the treaty says that you can't bite a human. So,
Or else, like, all bets are off.
and he's like,
like, there
so-
will be no peace between vampires and
like
wolves.
treaty will be off. Like, that's it. Well, and he's like, he says to her, like, if this happens, I'm not responsible for what happens after. Cause like,
Because you'll be a vampire.
this is just the way it is.
Yup.
Like, I will have to be your
Like,
enemy, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's like a really rough scene. You feel really bad. And at one point, like, him and Edward go toe to toe, and like he changes into a wolf. It's like a whole thing. And it kind of ends there with, I think, is it this where Edward,
He asks her to marry him.
is this where Edward, though, at first he says, like, we're going to find a way around this? Oh, he asks her, he's like, how about 5 years? Give me 5 years. And she's like, no. Like, this would annoy. At this point, I'd be like, you got to shut the fuck up and
yeah,
stop.
no, he's really annoying about
I
it.
was, put up or shut up. Let Alice do it.
Yeah.
She's
Let
willing.
anybody else
Yeah.
do it.
Let Carlisle do it.
Yeah, he'd be so careful.
He seems fine about it. He's
Yeah.
pretty good at it. He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
And
kinda like
he
a family
tries
way.
to negotiate, and he's like, you're really stubborn. And then he's like, okay, I'll do it, but on one condition.
Marry me.
And then he says, marry me, Bella.
He proposes in a Volvo while they're driving. Not the proposal of my dreams.
I don't even think were they even in the car yet? I think they were still in the woods.
Oh my God, are they still on the side of
They're
the woods?
still on the side of the road in the woods.
And he doesn't even get down on one knee, does
and it
he?
was right after Jacob left, like, in tears.
Oh.
And he's like, this seems like a good time. No, he doesn't get down on one knee, I don't think.
No ring.
It's a real
Amidst chaos.
a real move.
But that sent Bella into orbit.
Yeah. She's excited.
Well, so are we.
And so are we, because Eclipse is a whole other.
I really like Eclipse.
Eclipse is like so much shit happening.
Eclipse, honestly, the next three movies. Is it three?
Yeah.
Three movies? Yeah.
Because Breaking Dawn is
split.
broken into two.
The next three movies I remember being so much fun.
Yeah, because I think New Moon for me
Bummer.
was kind of like, it dipped for me, and I was like, ugh. this is
Eclipse
boring.
comes back because
Eclipse brings it back.
there's like a war basically being
Yeah, you start like seeing other pieces
Directed.
of the puzzle, and
and
the
remember
love triangle gets way more intense.
and
in
remember
that one.
Victoria is still in these streets.
She is still in these streets.
We didn't get rid of her.
No, we did not.
So
Get ready for that.
we hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
Keep
it
vampy.
Oh no.
I went crazy.
You went nuts.
You could keep it vampy, werewolfy,
Yeah.
sparkly.
Yeah.
Sparkly.
Sparkly.
And weird.